All right, we should be live now. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday following Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, and all of that. I'm not sure how many... We had quite a bit of regulars when I streamed on Black Friday, but because it was in the morning and it was like not the usual time slot, I'm pretty sure that we got a lot of new viewers that attended that, but also some of the regulars probably couldn't attend for whatever reason. So, oh man. So, hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, we have some stuff to talk about today. The first topic, which the thumbnail and title of this stream is, I guess, going over. It actually just came up like an hour before stream started. I was just browsing Twitter, and then something came across my feed. And I thought it was pretty ridiculous, so I wanted to talk about that. And then I want to talk about what I got for Black Friday / Cyber Monday, as well as what you all got. So yeah, for the first 5 minutes, as always, we're just gonna chill and hang out and see who's all in chat. What is up, Uncle Bill? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Addy? Shane Eslick, as always, in the house. Kale 130. Hello. Danny Carbajal. You are definitely a regular, Danny. You are a regular for sure. Max Humphrey had a problem with their GTX 680, which is kind of an older card, overheating and stuff, and it sounds like redoing the thermal paste might solve it, especially if it still has the original thermal paste on there. Let's see. Let's see, Kale130. We got Kevin Go, as always. What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about the TV I ended up getting, actually. So, Kevin actually recommended a TV last week during the stream, but I actually did not go for that one, and I'll explain why. What's up, Craig Lilly? Federico, as always. Let's see. What else we got? We got Citrus in the house. What's up, Citrus? Hope you're doing well. Super donor right there, by the way. Super gifter of the memberships. Jason Whitmer saying journalists are a joke. Kind of. And that's kind of what I want to do with the discussion today. With regards to how we should deal or handle with journalists. So, Scooter U, what's up? I think a good topic to talk about on the stream tonight is the recent issue with Eufy. They're the ones who make like home smart devices, right? Or is it specifically cameras and stuff? Eufy. I don't own any Eufy products, but I'm sure they've come up in my research as I've tried to buy other products in the same like competing categories. Their devices are illegally stealing / photos / videos. I actually don't know much about what's going on there, but yeah, we can potentially talk about that. Ethan purchased a $2,000 PC off NZXT that was on sale for $17. Yeah, NZXT. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Twitter. You would have seen that I posted a story which was kind of ridiculous. The friend that I was talking about like a month or two ago who was looking for a PC for Black Friday, I was actually able to come across an NZXT PC that had a RTX 4090 in it, as well as like an i7 processor, 32 gigs of RAM, all that stuff. And that was $2,700, which for a pre-built is pretty ridiculous. I don't think I had seen any other pre-built company have an RTX 4090 like configuration for under $3,000. So yeah, NZXT definitely had some really good sales, not only on pre-builts, but for components this past week. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, generic woodworking channel. What is up? All right. So let me get caught back up in chat. All right, what is this discussion we have going on here? Thank you for calling it RX 6600 non-XT. That irks me so much when people do that, as it is redundant. It is redundant. Yeah. I think the only reason I would say non-XT would be like if I was doing a video and I was discussing both of those in it, and later on, I had to like mention the 6600 again, and it could be confusing. But if you're just going like opening up a discussion with it and there wasn't any mention of XT versus non-XT, you can just drop the XT. Hey, what's up, Shauner? Hope you're doing well. Just making my weekly cameo. Only got a 5700X on sale. And it's not here till the 19th for a commission. Oh, was that on Amazon by chance? So I was seeing quite a bit of good deals on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but the issue with them was that they were super back ordered or delayed shipping. I actually picked up one of those from Newegg, not a 5700X, but I picked up a motherboard, which I posted everything I picked up, and I'll go over them later in the description. But yeah, I got a B660M motherboard for 90 bucks. Really good deal considering B660 motherboards are still in the upwards of like usually $120-ish. But so I picked one up on Newegg, and it's not shipping until later this month, I think. So yeah, that a lot of the good deals, I guess they ran out of inventory and they had to back order a lot of it. So yeah, 5700X though, yeah, there was a good price on that as well. And you're gonna be using it for a commission, so you can make a couple of bucks there, meeting somewhere in the middle with regards to the deal you got. So nice. Hisense, TCL, or LG? I'm a TCL TV kind of guy, just because that's the current TV I have, and it hasn't done me wrong. And a lot of them come default with Roku, which to me is pretty important, and I'll talk about that later on. World Cup. I have not been following the World Cup. We did talk a little bit about the World Cup last week, but that was mostly about how Japan was cleaning the locker rooms and the bleachers and stuff. But I have not been following the World Cup. Any rumors / leaks about the RX 7000 GPUs? No, I think I typically don't like following the rumor stuff, just because half the time the people are guessing, and if they're wrong, they won't admit it. But if they're right, they're going to take all the credit in the world for it. So I'm not too big of a fan of, content creators or like Twitter accounts that do leaks. I just like waiting for the results. So Christopher Coonan, member. It says only member for 12 months, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you should be at 13 months because we're now into the end of November. But I think you might have had. Did you have a lapsed month or something? But yeah, thank you for the support, and I hope you enjoyed the Danny head icon. KL130 got my 6600 today. What was the price that you got that RX 6600 for? I mean, they were basically going for under 200 bucks during Black Friday. So if you got it during Black Friday, that's good. Okay, so let's get on to talking about the first topic at hand today. So I was scrolling through Twitter earlier today on my phone, and I don't even follow this person. But I don't know, have y'all noticed lately that with Twitter, you get a lot of recommendations on certain categories? Like it'll just say in sports, and then it'll have some random person and what they tweeted out and stuff. So I got one for like in technology or something from this person. I think I've seen his post around, but I definitely don't follow him. And I had to look into him more regarding this, but alright, so I saw this tweet today. This is from Usman Perzada. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name. So I looked them up, and they are everything WCCF Tech. They work for WCCF Tech, and I gotta go look up what their actual position is. But I'm sure y'all are familiar with WCCF Tech, right? They're kind of like a consumer tech news website. And if you've ever looked up anything regarding any computer components, you probably came across WCCF Tech articles. So I went to their, about? So this is their team. And then here's more about WCCF Tech. Yeah, they've been around for a while. Their origin dates back to 2004, according to the website. So here's the CEO and then some of their top people. And this person, Usman Perzada, is one of them. So needless to say, he's kind of like one of the top ranking people in the company, according to this chain of command. It looks like head of business development. So he tweeted out prices of pre-owned NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti's few days ago versus now. What in the name of Jensen's black leather jacket is going on here? So here's the two pictures that he tweeted out. The first one is this EVGA RTX 3080 Ti for the Win 3 going for $370, dated November 7th, so within this month. Then the picture next to it, it's showing, I guess, a current listing that you can still buy it now for. 3080 Ti for the Win 3, $965. So he's saying within the span of a month or less than a month, people have realized that RTX 4000 series cards are too expensive and they don't want to buy them because the only ones available are the 4080 and the 4090, that they're going up and buying last gen's product, resulting in their value increasing in the used market anyways. I don't know why you would buy this used, because I'm pretty sure you can find these for new for this price, if not a little bit more. But anyways, this is totally misleading, because what I did was I went and did a little bit of detective work. Not even a lot of detective work, right? We can look up RTX 3080 Ti. And then you can go and sort by, where is it? We can sort by sold listings, and then we can cap the price off to try to find this one, right? So we can cap it at like 500 and 300, and then we will find it very quickly. As a matter of fact, November 7th, we just have to scroll down to November 7th. Here's the listing, actually. So here's the full listing of this card that he was using in like his example. It already sold, but if you go down, first of all, right here, instantly you see in the condition, which you don't even have to scroll down for, item was installed and gives no video. Card lights come on, one display port connector is bent. So right off the bat, you can already see that this is essentially a 4 parts or as is broken card. But if you go down, there's more details here. So item is installed and gives no video, card lights on, one display port connector is bent, CPIC, due to no video output, card was not tested in Windows or any other diagnostic, not warranted in any ways, no further testing was done, card only, no cables or manuals, sold as is, no returns. So he was essentially comparing a broken as is card, which we've seen this a lot on eBay, even when we've done our deal hunting right here on the stream. Anytime you see a card that's way too cheap or too low of price, you know there's something wrong with it. And just by going into the post, you'll instantly see why. He was trying to compare this card with one that was clearly in working condition and trying to make a point that, you know, Jensen's plan is working to drive up last gen's cards and stuff like that. Which, honestly, I feel is pretty responsible for someone who is, quote-unquote, considered a tech journalist, or at least works within a company as a higher up of a company that covers tech journalism. Yeah, so I mean, I called him out on it. I retweeted it with the info, as well as if we go down here to the tweet, I responded here saying that it was misleading, and I posted a picture of proof and stuff like that. But I think in cases like this, we all have to be really upfront and call people out for doing this. It could have been an honest mistake. We'll see. I haven't seen any response from this yet. But there's two scenarios here, right? One, he didn't know and he accidentally, and no, there's no way there was an accident. One is maybe he definitely cherry picked that graphics card, because if you looked up 3080 Ti's, you definitely would see that this is not a normal price, even for working ones in the last month. So he maybe cherry picked but didn't realize it was broken, which I still think is pretty bad. Or two, he knowingly did this to mislead and, you know, cause people to raise their pitchforks and stuff like that. So yeah, you want to split it? Okay, yeah. Sorry, my wife was asking about. You can close the door if I'm being too loud, by the way. Sorry, she was trying to see if what leftovers I was trying to eat. Bro, we still have Thanksgiving leftovers, but let's see. So I see people in the chat are saying, this is true. NVIDIA is artificially inflating prices. And then Chris Raccoon is also saying, yeah, NVIDIA is doing that. Here's the thing. I don't doubt that NVIDIA priced the 4000 series cards really high so that they could move inventory of last generation's cards. I don't doubt that at all. But you could report on that and give actual like evidence and proof of listings that are not this ridiculous. This is like trying to sensationalize it way more than you need to. You could make a point by showing an RTX 3080 Ti. Honestly, does anyone remember, or who else has been watching the used market? I think 3080 Ti's were going for realistically more like $650 to $700 in the last month or two, and then afterwards, this 965. Let's do a check on this. Let's look at Newegg and see what the prices are. $3080 Ti. If I wanted to buy one right now, lowest price on Newegg, you can buy a refurbished one right here for $755. So that already debunks it. But how much is a new one going for? You can get a Paladin one. This one's going for $958. So where's the first ones? There's a lot of refurbished ones. Holy crap. So many refurbished cards. I can't even go through a whole page on Newegg. Okay, I'm gonna have to click new over here, because we had just got a page full of refurbished parts. Amazon has a 3080 Ti for the exact same price as the eBay listing. I don't know. I'm gonna call fake on that, but we can look that up. Give me 1 second. So I selected new. Yeah, these refurbished cards, are these all mining cards? So the cheapest new one is the Paladin card one. We'll go over to Amazon in a second, or $1,200. Yeah, so 3080 Ti specifically, their prices are kind of bonkers right now. Let me look up 3070. 3070, you can 3070s are going for $560. So we've been seeing that pretty consistently. So for some reason, the 3080 Ti specific, man, so many refurbished cards. Why? So we look at new ones. Yeah, like the Asus Dual. So 3070s, these are still in line. There doesn't seem to be a price hike for the lower end cards, 3070 and below, just based on what I've been seeing in the last like weeks and months. But someone said 38. Okay, that is something else that we're gonna pull up later. So RTX 3080 Ti. Okay. So we go to low to high. We're gonna get a bunch of garbage. So we're gonna have to put at least a realistic price of $600. Amazon, I hate you. Computer graphics card. I'm gonna have to go through your entire filter, aren't I? It's not even letting me choose internal components. Yeah, graphics cards. That's what I chose. Amazon, your filter. Let me zoom in. Look at all this garbage. I'm just trying to look up graphics cards, and I gotta go through all of this. Oh my. Okay, let's see if let me go through this and see if I can get to a decent listing of graphics cards on Amazon. Okay, graphics card. Here we go. So now I'm in graphics cards. I typed in 3080 Ti up here, as you can see. But it's still trying to give me 3060 Ti's and other garbage. So I'm trying to find the filter on the side here, which it doesn't even have it. If you want to find like a certain tier of graphics card, you can't even get to it. Especially if you're trying to do stuff like sort by low to high. Even if I change this like 800, I have a feeling it's still going to give me garbage. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't find the 3080 Ti on Amazon for the same price. Well, you said it was going for the same price, right? So if I put 300 to 350, it should fall in between here. but there's no way for me to easily find it because Amazon's giving me all this other garbage, even though I've tried to filter it by, I guess I can go to NVIDIA. Okay, let's see. NVIDIA, 8 gigs and above. Yeah, this isn't helpful. Jason Whitmer says, this guy is irrelevant. And it's just a dummy who does not know how to work eBay. I don't think he's even an actual journalist. That's... I think you might be right. Let me see. DMs open, processor. I'm trying to see anything on here. He doesn't mark himself as a journalist, though the way that he tweets out articles and jumps in on discussion of it is very journalist-like. But you're right. I actually thought he was a journalist based on until I went to the WCCF Tech website. But regardless, I think this is someone who is head of, what was it, business operations that we saw? Head of business development for a tech media company that doesn't have the basic understanding of how eBay works. You are good or chaotic. There's no between. I mean, isn't there those charts that they have where you can be like all those different like neutral, chaotic, neutral type stuff? But yeah, my thing about it is I don't mind when people are like wrong, so long as they improve, which is one of the most important things, or if they can admit that they were wrong and do better, right? When I tweeted out to him, I almost didn't do that because I didn't want to be that person who was like, well, actually, you know, I didn't want to be kind of like that know-it-all or like, well, actually type of person. But it was too ridiculous not to. And now people are apparently retweeting me with it. So hopefully this gains traction. I'm really curious to hear his response. I am not above forgiving people, but even if I make a mistake, I definitely will mention it, address it, and do better. Hey, what's up, Nick B? What are we discussing right now? We are just... Oh, I should put this tweet in... I should put this tweet in the comments for people who do want to check it out. Or in the description, rather. But we're checking out this tweet right now. So we're just discussing this just because... tweet to discuss. And this isn't an isolated incident to this person, or not to this person, but just in journalism and tech journalism in general, there have been instances of people being wrong, and a lot of the time what I've noticed is that a lot of people have way too big of egos to admit that they've been wrong. A lot of the times when I see people post on Twitter, and then people call them out on things or like provide evidence contrary to what they post, they just go silent about it and kind of ignore it and never go back to address it. So I don't know. I just want people to do better, I guess, and kind of humble themselves. Although in his defense, it says all opinions are his own. Oh, is that what gets you scotch-free? Views are my own. Okay, that's true. So I shouldn't connect him to WCCF Tech, even though he works there as one of the high-ranking people. I should just connect him to just as a person who likes tech in general and has bad, I guess, deal hunting skills. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Chris. But yeah, so that's what I was wanted to talk about for the first part of stream. So if you are on YouTube or your Twitter or anything else, when people are clearly wrong or shortcutting to get the scoop or writing sensationalized titles or being misleading, please call them out on it. We already have enough of that bullcrap going around. When people are called out on it, they'll either do it less or do better. Hopefully. That's what I hope anyways. Nick B says, "Oh, I stopped using Twitter in 2018. It's toxic there. Yeah, it is very toxic on Twitter. I mean, even like lately, it's been getting worse. But I still use it just because there's no platform that can really replace it. I know people are trying to use all these other, what is it, Mastodon is one of the ones that I've been hearing about. People are gonna try to use it, but I saw a tweet about it. I don't know who tweeted, but as soon as people start tweeting out and they start getting like 5 interactions per post, they're gonna come right back to Twitter, where most of their followers are and where they can get the most interaction and reach. So it's kind of a weird situation with Twitter right now. Like, I definitely am annoyed at what the kind of the direction that Elon has gone with it, and just how eccentric he's been. But I mean, there's no alternative right now. All right, Jason Whitmer with the 4 months message. Oh my goodness. All right, bang, marry, kill. Oh jeez, how am I supposed to answer this? Bang, marry, kill. Greg Salazar, Zach's Tech Turf, and Jay's 2 cents. I don't even know what direction I would go with this. You could have at least made it easier by choosing like less high profile people. Okay, so let me think about this. Mary. All right, how would some of y'all answer this? Because I have no idea how to even answer. I think kill Jay's 2 cents, which I wouldn't want to kill anybody, right? But if I had to kill somebody, let's just say Jay, because he's the oldest. I'm approaching this in terms of like who has lived the longest and had the most out of life to enjoy. And Jay is definitely the oldest out of the bunch. I forget if Zach or Greg, who's older from those two. It might be Zach. So yeah, Jay's definitely the oldest. He's lived the longest life so far, so he's getting killed. Sorry, Jay. These other 2 young guns, they still have their whole lives ahead of them compared to you. Jay's not even that old, but that's how I'm choosing Jay to kill. Now, bang versus marry, Greg versus Zach. Who would be a better lifetime partner versus who would be and this is based on what we see on YouTube, right? Obviously, I don't know how they are in their personal lives. They are both married men, by the way, so they're both husbands. So, and to my knowledge, they haven't been divorced yet. So, do I bang? Okay, so the person you want to marry is the person that you can deal with the rest of your life, right? So who do I feel like I could put up with longer? Ooh. I'm gonna choose Zach for marry. And the reason is gonna be so weird, but this is just based on what I know about Zach. Zach is a very hardworking person. He definitely puts his family first. I'm not saying Greg doesn't, but Zach has 2 kids. Oh wait, Greg just had a 2nd kid too. So this explanation doesn't work out. I was gonna say because Zach has been a dad of 2 children, showing that he could do that dad life and would be a good partner in terms of like being able to take care of the kids and, you know, the responsibilities of children. But Greg recently had a 2nd kid, so that doesn't work out. Dang, honestly, I can't differentiate banging versus marrying Greg and Zach. Greg will go bald before Zach does. Are you kidding me? Jason Wimmer says Greg will go bald before Zach. Yeah, so we're going about aesthetics and looks here. I might... Like, who do I think would look better long term? Oh my god, if Zach or Greg watch this, I'm sorry to either of you for this question being brought up and me answering it, but I think Zach might keep his aesthetics, like, physically longer. And Zach is freaking jacked. He's got, like, buff dad bod going on. So yeah, we gotta marry Zach. he was, you know, he's ex-military. He could protect the home. And then Greg, you know, Greg is a quick one-night bang. So there it is. There it is. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys would choose and how you would bang, marry, or kill Greg, Zach, or Jay. Yeah. Greg looks like Napoleon Dynamite brought a computer. Okay. How did this just become a roast other tech tubers session? Enough of that. Greg is useful. He did post that video recently about fixing a refrigerator, which is something I've had to do with both of the fridges that we have, our garage fridge and our indoor fridge. But and he can fix PCs. Well, everybody on the list is able to fix a PC from those three. So yeah. Okay. So enough about. Let me get some water here. Okay. We kind of went off topic there, but to get back on track, let's talk about what everybody picked up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And this is apologies for people who live in other parts of the world where, first of all, your tech deals are generally not as good as what we have in the US, but also you did not have a Thanksgiving / Black Friday Cyber Monday to celebrate like we here in the US did. So sound off in the comments, what did you get for Black Friday / Cyber Monday? And I'll be going over what I got shortly, but let's hear it. Addy got absolutely nothing. Peter Nikita says, honestly, I think whatever fanboy are you, the previous gen. Honestly, I think whatever fanboy. So he's saying no matter what fanboy you are, the previous gen GPUs are the way to go right now. Yes, agree. No matter if you're an NVIDIA or AMD fanboy, everyone can agree. Well, there's not even any current, like, new gen AMD cards. So if you are an AMD person, current gen is all you have. And if you are NVIDIA, then you'll look at 4080s and 4090s being overpriced, and RTX 3000 series, you know, where most people can afford graphics cards anywhere from $300 to, let's say, $600. You're not finding anything in 4000 series. Your only option is last gen. So yeah. Let's see. Citrus says LMAO. Citrus, did you buy anything? I hope you bought something for yourself, given that you are a super gifter and you have enough disposable income to help out in supporting the channel with gifted memberships. But I hope you were able to buy something nice for yourself. Max Humphrey bought nothing. So we're getting a lot of nothings. B picked up nothing. Very slim choices. While I do agree that in general, Black Friday deals aren't crazy amazing, there was some stuff that, you know, I feel were worth picking up. But not everyone is in a situation where they need to grab something, especially if you're money conscious with like the recession coming up or ongoing, however you see that. It is smart to not just buy needlessly if you aren't financially able to. So, Chris2 Steezy bought a new gaming PC. What did you buy, Chris2 Steezy? Can we get the specs of that? First ever gaming PC for Chris2 Steezy. So let us know the specs. If you want to, you can share the price, but if you don't want to share the price, that's fine too. I don't want this to become like a bashing session if people say like, oh, that wasn't a good deal or stuff. We're just talking about what we bought, regardless of if it was an amazing deal or not. Let's see. Wait, where did Jason's message go? Oh, Jason got a AMD. So Jason Whitmer, one of the regulars of the channels, one of my guildies in WoW, one of my buddies that I met up with at PAX. He NVIDIA shill all the way, bought a RX 6050 XT, and is using it in his own personal system. So be sure to ask him frequently how he's liking the AMD graphics card in his system, and we'll see what hilarious responses he can come up with. Williams Evans bought nothing. Sad cry emoji on Black Friday. Okay. Hamoud, oh man, I can't say this name, but you got a Zotac 3070 Ti for $600. I'm guessing that's brand new. That sounds about the brand new price with the Black Friday deal. Citrus got a TV for my dad and a racing sim wheel. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Black Friday is an awesome holiday to buy TVs for parents who need a TV upgrade. I did a very similar thing a few years ago for my own stepdad. Bought him a TV on Black Friday. It was like the biggest one that they had ever owned, and it was dirt cheap because TVs are so cheap nowadays. So, Chandler says, hello, I bought a GPU, but it has been in transit for 4 days now. Is that normal? Chandler, where did you buy that GPU from? It depends on where you bought it from. Let's see. 4 days, I would say Newegg is normal. Amazon, depending on the seller and if it had Prime, could be normal. If you're buying from like Zotac or like directly from like EVGA or something, some of those companies can take a little bit longer. Grub says pretty weak sales this year. Kind of. It depends on what you're looking for. Hazard Me got a drawing tablet for the PC at $55 off. I actually want to get a drawing tablet. I think we could do some pretty fun stream content regarding drawing or just like written stuff. I feel like the art of writing or just writing in general, we're doing, especially once you're out of school, you do less and less of that. Even if you do work a day job, you're not writing as much as you used to in like elementary, middle, and high school, where you would actually write out full pages. Once you start working, you start using the computer more, and maybe you have a notepad to like jot things down or to like write like equations or stuff like that, depending on your job. But my handwriting has definitely gotten worse. So getting like a drawing tablet and when I can incorporate in the stream and drawing and stuff, I think that'd be pretty cool. But Alex's Adventure got a power color. So a lot of people are getting graphics cards, is what I'm seeing. You got a Power Color RX 6700 XT on Black Friday. Nice. R-Flet says Amazon Cyber Monday sales made because it required Prime. I'm not sure what you're trying to say here, but yes, a lot of the Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and even Prime Day sales, you do have to have Prime to get the deals. Brian Robinson got a 1TB NVMe drive at Micro Center for $49, which I don't know what brand you got, but NVMe drives are regularly going around $65 for a terabyte now, so $50 is like a 25% off discount, so nice. Looks like Christopher Coonan is looking for some older processors. He's looking for 7700K, which those i7s can still carry a stupid premium just for being Intel i7s, even though they're like, what, by this point, 6 years old or something? Shane Eslick got two 1TB M.2 drives. Okay, nice. With free shipping. Nice. Oh, Chris 2 Steezy, you got a text. Yeah, so Zach's... Let me go to Zach's thing. Zach has some crazy deals.
If you're trying to play in a new gaming PC build, and maybe you have some extra...
Okay. So let's take a look at some of Zach's builds now that you're mentioning it. So you bought a Zach's Tech custom gaming PC, which, if some of y'all didn't know, Zach, every month is it the first of the month or like the first Friday of the month? I forget. But he normally once a month he does a drop, is what he calls it, where he sells these limited time PCs. They don't restock. It's just one off. Is the PCs essentially that he features on his channel or like do build videos on. So he builds them and then he sells them to get rid of them. He does a sale once a month. You have to be quick, because these are the types of deals that Zach is given. And I've gone over it multiple times on the channel in videos and in streams before. Well, let's take a quick look at, because Zach did a specific Black Friday sale. I don't remember if he's done this previously, but these are some of the systems that Zach was getting. So Chris 2CD was able to get one of these. So he's selling i5 6500 RX 570 PC for $300, which $300 is really cheap. So you can't expect to get super crazy deals for that price. Both of these parts are kind of old, but for $300 for a fully built PC that also looks good, like look at this. Zach is an aesthetics man, right? So this is why I chose to marry him, by the way. So yeah, this is like a starter type of PC. Given the fact that it aesthetically looks good and it takes into account like labor and a Windows activation, $300 is really good. But if we look more, like he was selling i5 12600K and an RTX 3060 Ti system for $1,000. You're not gonna find these kinds of deals from any other system integrator pre-built website, and you're likely not gonna find this type of deal in your local like OfferUp or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of the people who are selling are looking for profits, and Zach isn't necessarily looking for profits as much as he's looking to clear inventory and space in his studio. So if you need a pre-built gaming PC, there are a lot of good options out there, but I would say Zach has crazy good deals. So let's look at some of these other ones. Like, he was selling this PC, which is ridiculous, 125 bucks. Now granted, shipping is gonna be like 70 bucks or something probably, but still, for 200 bucks after shipping, we're looking at an i5 6500 1650. This is definitely something that can play esports. It can play games at 720p. There is no upgrade path, but you're not gonna find deals like this elsewhere. So yeah, I think Zach for his, and he was selling peripherals too. He does have restock builds, which if you guys are interested, yo, this has just turned out to be a plug Zach segment of the stream. But Zach does have this Frost Nova build that he does restock. So Zach looks like he's getting into the PC building space, similar to what Toasty Bros did. I don't remember when Toasty Bros did this, but or how long they've been doing their Toasty builds, website where they sell systems. But if you want to buy from Zach, and this one is not limited, you can get a Ryzen 5 5600 with the RX 6600 for 800 bucks. Now, without even looking at the rest of the specs, I'm gonna guess it's gonna have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm gonna say he's gonna probably put a 500 or 512 gigabyte SSD in it. And then it's probably gonna have a 550 watt power supply. What else? 16 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, I think that's the core spec. So let's take a look. Let's see if I guessed right. So he has the Montec Air, which is a budget case. Yep. We got 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I was correct. 500 gigabyte. Oh, he went 450 watts with the Asus Tough Bronze, which is a B tier on the PSU tier list. So I could see. So I'm not going to say that Zach skimped on parts, because all these parts work in this build fine. 450 watts is plenty. It's going to run, and he didn't choose like a, low end, no name power supply. He actually chose one that, even though we are coming up, or you are going to be using more of it, percentage wise, compared to if he threw in like a 600 watt or something. This is a good quality unit. So yeah, and then I can see why he chose 500 gigabytes. Zach's not running a charity here, okay? He's putting in the effort to put these builds together and to source the parts and stuff like that. There needs to be some incentive for him to do this. As nice as it would be to constantly do charities, he has a business to, keep up running and a family to feed. But I would still say this is one of the better value pre-built PCs that you can get for around this price point. No other system integrator is going to be doing this at $800, regardless of what power supply or, not putting a 1 terabyte drive and stuff. So shout out to Zach for doing this. People have asked me before why I don't build PCs and sell them at a larger scale to this, and my answer will always be the same. Is because doing this is not easy. When you build and sell systems, is there a warranty? Let me see. Windows 11 activated. The brand manufacturer subject to change. Okay. So he's just saying here that he might change brand or manufacturer of parts, just because, he's not going to keep putting in these Team Group MP33 drives if they have an upcharge in price, and they double in price overnight. He's going to go to the next equivalent thing, and put it in there. So that's fine. Is there warranty information though? Because I know with his other builds, he doesn't really provide warranty. Zach, no warranty. Privacy, I don't think privacy policies. Terms of service, let's see if that's in here at all. Interpretation, okay. Definitions, acknowledgement, warranty. placing of ordered goods. You warranty. Okay. So there's some warranty stuff in here, but it's just general legal jargon. I'm not seeing anything about what the warranty is on this. Shauner, are you in here? Would you know by chance? Because I know Shauner is one of the mods for Zach, so he may know. While we try to answer that, Jason says, bro, I get so tired of teaching teenagers how to use Windows when I sell computers. Okay, so that's a good point. So we'll talk about another reason why I do not want to get into selling PCs at a mass scale. Even though I mean I enjoy building PCs and there's money to be made. I was gonna say there's easy money being made, but I don't think there's easy money being made because not only do you have to like provide some kind of warranty, but you also have some kind of obligation usually if you want to be competitive to provide technical support should anything go wrong. Now Jason also sells. He does it kind of more on like a hobbyist level, I would say. So he sells computers like in his local area and on Java and stuff like that. And the amount of times that he tells me people who have no idea what they're doing and can't be bothered to Google like a 10-second answer and like hit him up personally in his personal Discord and stuff like that, DMs, it's like mind-blowing. So the PC building and selling space is not easy at all. And that's just something I don't want to deal with because I think it would be really difficult, and just knowing the level of like detail that I usually go in on stuff, I wouldn't be able to be profitable with it. Like I would put in too much effort and time where it gets to the point where I spend too much time on it trying to help people out and trying to drive my prices too low. So yeah. Yeah, shipping costs, packaging, RMA. There's a ton of stuff that goes into it. So shout out to anyone like Zach who does it, which I'm going to link this just in case. Help Zach out. And, you know, if people do buy this from Zach, hopefully they can have good experiences if they're, you know, getting the first PC ever. So, hey, what's up, Ultra Infinity? Just joined the stream. We're just going over Zach's restock builds right now, which he has one of them up for $800. So let me look at chat. Dr. Koonin says, I gotta give it to him. Zach makes some great builds. He definitely does. They're usually aesthetically on point as well as priced very well. Danny is a power top. Why would you say that? What proof do you have of this, Jason? Huh? Alright, where are we going? So going back, oh, sorry. Yo, we got a lot to go back on. I missed some of these super chats or membership chats, but Patrick Zorny says, hey everyone. Patrick, thanks for the support for 6 months, by the way. I really do appreciate it. Alright, did I miss any more? Okay, we're going back up here. We were talking about Black Friday deals, but then we going on a side tangent because we started talking about Zach's deals somehow. Oh, because someone bought a computer from Zach. By the way, did that come in yet? Or is that still shipping? Yeah, so we're talking about what everyone got for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We transitioned to Zach, but now we're going back and I'm seeing what everyone else got. Let's see. Yeah, so a lot of people apparently bought graphics cards this Black Friday / Cyber Monday season. We got Sutton Meg here with the RTX 3060 from Newegg for $330, which is pretty. It was actually a pretty good price for 3060. Peter Nikitas says got 6800 XT for $500, but I think 5600X is kind of holding my GPU back. 5600X. There are scenarios where it will bottleneck. What resolution are you running though? If you're running 1440p or 4K, it shouldn't be that big of a bottleneck to worry about. I don't think going up to a 5700X or 5800X or 5800X3D will give you enough of a performance uplift to be worth doing if all you're doing is gaming. If you want to go for more cores and stuff, you can do it for other reasons, but just up the resolution, up the graphics, kind of balance out that bottleneck with settings. So Black Friday is when I redo my Costco or Sam's Club memberships, because they usually do like buy a membership. Oh, that's a good point. Can you... That's a really good point. Okay, let me think about this. So I don't know when our Costco membership is due, but if you cancel your Costco membership to wait for Black Friday, then you're gonna have this like time where your membership lapses and you can't use the service of Costco. Can you buy membership up front and tack it on to your current membership so that you can still buy the membership on like Black Friday even though it's not due for like 6 months? Oh, you can oh, okay, that's a good point. Jason says you can refund your memberships at any time and get a prorated discount. Yeah, so we probably should have done that during Black Friday. Though, okay, that's good. But can you do that online? So one thing I personally hate going out, like to go shopping, or I just hate going out in public on like Black Friday week or Thanksgiving week and then Christmas week. Those 2 weeks is when traffic and like malls and grocery stores and everything is just horrible. Everyone's just doing last minute things, and the like parking is crazy, lines are crazy. There's usually not enough holiday workers to like check people out, so then in stores the lines just get super backed up. It's just ridiculous. So if I were to do that to Costco to save $50, is it worth it for me to have to go to Costco around Black Friday where it's super hectic? I kind of hate going to Costco in general just because of how crazy it is. I like the prices. I don't like how it's busy 24/7. So yeah, so maybe I'll consider it for next Black Friday. Damien Hogue, hopefully I said that right, bought a friend his first gaming PC, $550, had a Ryzen 5, 5600, 16 gigabytes of RAM, RX 6600, and 1 terabyte NVMe. That is a really good price. $550 for those specs, very solid. 14R Chico, my cousin did get a 1080p 165Hz monitor for $99. That's actually a really good price. High refresh rate. They are coming down in price, but $99 is crazy. Score Huge got a RX 6600 for $180. Very solid price. It's kind of hard to beat the RX 6600 or the XT variant right now in terms of price. Okay, so I'll share with you all what I got for Black Friday / Cyber Monday. I have all the tabs pulled up for them. So remember we were discussing TVs? I didn't pay this price for it. It was actually down to $7.99. So last week I asked chat to help me find a TV, and Kevin Go actually found me a really good deal from Best Buy. Had crazy TV deals, by the way. I was looking for 75-inch for our living room. We're gonna upgrade from a 65 to 75-inch. I didn't want to go I keep on saying OLED. I should just say OLED because it's just way too expensive. So I was trying to go for a cheaper $500-ish TV, which there was a lot of $500, $500 to $600 75-inch non-OLED TVs. However, after doing a little bit of research, specifically the LG and Samsung ones, there's a subreddit called 4K TVs. Anytime someone posts about TVs in there, there's an automated bot that says do not buy this certain series of LG and Samsung TVs, and the one that was listed came up on that list. And essentially, I don't know why they're okay with the cheap TCL TVs but not the LG and Samsung ones, but I read through the post and I eventually decided you know what? This is somewhat of an investment. This is probably going to be the next TV forever for me. Like, I'm not going to upgrade TVs for a long time. Just because, to me, size is the most important thing. So I ended up going up from a TCL Class 4, which is what we currently have, to the Class 5, which results in a brighter screen as well as better colors for a couple $100 more. So I ended up getting this deal on Amazon. It's not coming till December, like end of December, because it was most of the TCL TVs, especially like the Class 5 ones, they sold out because of how popular they were. So that kind of reassured my own like mind that I made a good purchase, because it was one that was so popular that it actually sold out, whereas the Samsung and LG ones were still in stock. It not only sold out, but it was back ordered for like over a month. So yeah, so this is the TV I ended up going with, but I do appreciate everyone who did link TVs while we were searching, especially Kevin Ngo, who I did DM afterwards on Discord to talk a little bit more about it. So that's the TV I got. So this is the biggest purchase we made. It wasn't even for me specifically. It was for our home, like me and my wife, so, and our family to enjoy when we have get-togethers and stuff like that. So that was what the biggest purchase. The next purchase I got is this paper shredder, which is the most random thing ever. Do y'all know anything about paper shredders? So, you know, we have been needing paper shredders for years, because has anyone noticed that over the years we get more and more junk mail, which just has like our address on it and everything, and sometimes it has other stuff, like when it comes from credit card companies. So I've been pretty bad about not shredding those. I know there's like public shredders. Like you can go to public shredding events where you just bring a bag full of stuff. They'll shred it for you. But I think just having an in-home paper shredder, it's finally time we invested in one. So I picked up this one. I don't know much about the different brands. I looked at price, I looked at ratings, and I looked at Reddit reviews. And this one was the one that came up for me. I actually have it right here. I was going to show an example demo of it. Well, no, I needed it because, one, I don't want to have to go to a public shredding event to make sure all my like address and name and stuff properly got shredded. I don't compost, but I'm trying to think of if I can find any uses. For me personally, I could probably put these into bags and use them for a cushion for sending stuff. Like, you know, instead of using foam and stuff, you could probably use shredded paper in like bags and stuff, one-time use bags, and it's the equivalent of shipping with, you know, foam or cushion. But the shredder's right here. So we keep it upstairs in the office, which my wife has taken over. But it's a cross shredder, so it doesn't just cut it into strips, it actually cuts it into tiny little bits. But yeah, so I will demo it right here, and then it easily lifts up so that you can just empty the bin and stuff like that. Yes. Hopefully that wasn't too crazy loud. I should have a limiter on the mic. But it can do credit cards, it can do 10 sheets, it can do staples, apparently. Obviously, the more staples and crap you send through it, it will, you know, wear down the blades faster, but... Looking at the mic levels, that didn't look too crazy loud. Was that filtered out? Yeah, shred an M.2 drive. I would be curious to what I could put. I'm pretty sure I could put... I was about to stick my finger in here. I probably could stick cardboard in here. But I'm not trying to push it because obviously I want this thing to last. And the more stuff and the thicker stuff you put in it, it'll wear down the blades quicker. So, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And then I'll show you what the shredding looks like on the inside. Hopefully, okay. So yeah, it shreds it up into, instead of like strips and stuff, which I guess people can still tape up and put back together, it does it into these little pieces of cross-threaded bits. So it'd be really hard to put that back together and steal my secret information, whatever that may be. But yeah, so that was the shredder. that was the shredder that I got. Everything is linked down below, by the way, if you want to check it out. I'm not sure who cares about it, but shred the Nope shirt, and heck no, I'm keeping the prototypes. Those are near and dear to me, and one day maybe they'll be worth nothing, but I could give them out as a sentimental item. At this point, you can shred MacBooks. Yeah, they're thin enough that I'd be curious. I'm sure there's some YouTube channel out there that try to shred MacBooks. But next up on the list of what I bought for Black Friday / Cyber Monday, oh, it's this thing. Which honestly, these are kind of usually cheap year round, but I'm curious. Oh, we gotta run some polls. Maybe not on this one, but we can run some polls. I just forgot to. Has anyone ever used these types of cables? I'm slowly replacing most of the cables in my house with cables like this. So essentially what it is so I got them right here, and they weren't on like some crazy discount. They're usually on sale like at all times anyways, but they usually work out to like $6 or $7 a cable. But it's essentially a single standard USB, so that you can plug into anywhere, and then it splits off. The cable splits off into, if I can show it, there's iPhone, or what's it called, Apple products, micro USB, and then USB type C. So we keep these around the house because like me and my wife, we are completely different when it comes to phone. She's Apple, I'm Android. So I use USB-C, she uses Apple devices. She also has her iPad and stuff like that. But then we also have the random things around the house that could be rechargeable. And a lot of those, especially the older ones, they have micro USB. So for the longest time, I just used individual cables for stuff, but it got so annoying with all the clutter and mess. It just made more sense to grab something that can take care of charging anything you want with a single cable that splits off. Plus you could charge multiple things at once. So if you haven't ever used one of these, or you don't have any of these, this is me reminding you that this is a good thing that is pretty cheap. If you're looking to spend like less than $10 and you just have a, itch to spend on something, this is a great purchase. By this point, I've bought probably 10 or so of these, and we keep them around the house. So, yeah. Kevin Go says iPhone needs to be USB-C. Would be good for Apple to make more profit. It wasn't that going to be a thing? I thought Apple stuff was going to go USB-C, or was it everything except for iPhones? I vaguely was seeing YouTube shorts about it, and I know Marquez Brownlee was talking about it. I was going to say I know Marquez was talking about it as if I knew him personally. But yeah, MKBHD, he's one of the people that I follow, and I saw him like making YouTube shorts about it, but I don't know what is actually happening. Apple did it in Europe, or will do it. Okay, so that sounds familiar. Apple is, and that's due to like European law or something, right? So what do we get? Dr. Koonin says, how do you get along, Danny? An Apple wife and Android husband. So interesting. Don't the text issues bother you? It's funny because the way that my wife and I, anytime we have to message each other using our phones, right? We use Facebook Messenger and normal text messaging and Instagram DMs. We use all three. So, if anything, we use text the least, and that's because of Android being in the archaic system where when you send videos or text messages, there's like a really small file limit size. It's in the kilobytes or something, right? So we basically can't send pictures to each other on text, me being on Android and her being on iPhone, without it being compressed and looking like crap. So that's why we use like Facebook Messenger for that. Which I know Facebook, who the heck uses Facebook nowadays? It's just, me and her have been using Facebook for the better part of, I don't know how many years now, probably 10, 15 years. It's just what we're used to. I'm not going to tell my wife to go on Discord. Does anyone significant other use Discord? or I guess people use WhatsApp or some of those other ones. Yeah, it's too much of a hassle. We just use what we know. So I do use Discord to talk to other people a lot, but for my wife specifically, she's not getting Discord. Use Google Messages on her phone to communicate? Well, even I don't use Google Messages. Wait, let me see. Google Messages? Let me look up on my phone. Isn't Google Messages the thing that died? Or is that Google Hangouts, which was rebranded to Google Messages? Even I don't follow that. So, Google Messages. I'm not even... So, I have an app called Messages on my phone. I haven't even used it to set it up because I use other stuff. Yeah, I use an app called Textra. But yeah, I don't want to set... Yeah, I think it'd be too weird for me to switch over to Google Messages. I don't know. The Google Chat, you know, was it Google Hangouts or Google Messages through Gmail when you used to be able to like IM people on it? That was such a horrible experience that I just kind of have a bad taste in my mouth, and I don't want to use like that, like messaging services from Google. Oh, Google Messages is what Google is using to compete and comply with iPhone Messenger. Interesting. Okay, so Google Messages, I think I was hearing about this. I think I saw Marquez Brownlee make a short about this. Is Google Messages the one where if I if I message my wife on her iPhone, she will get it as a blue bubble, but if there's any emojis or anything, then on Google's end, it's going to be bad? There's like a weird switcheroo that happened, right? I think I remember seeing that. Like now using Google Messages... Okay, Google Messenger, Google Messages. Okay, maybe I need to look into this and try it out. Here, I'm gonna text my wife. Test. What color is this bubble? So I'm gonna... I have to set it to my default text messaging app now. Whatever, I'll do it. Man, they're really trying to... Wait, I have 2 messages apps. Yo, chat. Can I focus on this? It's too bright. It's too bright. Let me dim the screen. Which messages app are you talking about? Are you talking about messages on the top or messages with the green bubble? There's 2 of them. So it's making me set it as the default app before I can even send a message. Oh, the first one. Okay, I was about to use the other one. Okay, so the blue one. Okay. Messages. Okay. Alright, I just sent it to her. Used it for everything. It even sends pics to iPhone, which is amazing. Okay, let me see. Let me send a high quality picture to her. Okay. So we'll see how the quality of that goes through. Yeah, it used to be all blue with the essay paper, and now they changed it how it looks. I mean, I'm down to use it if it makes the iPhone to Android interaction better. But I need to test this out and see and put emojis and like react and stuff. So let's see. So once she messages back, I'll mess around with it. So hey, what's up, Zia? And hopefully Maxwell, Cam, and Andy. I assume that you all watch this and it's not just Zia, but it makes it a better experience. Yes, take your time with it. Yeah, okay. Thanks for bringing it up, by the way. I was using Textra up till now. But also, like I said, all those other apps. But going back, man, we're going off topic a lot today, but with really good discussions. But yeah, if y'all don't have one of these multi-cables, because we don't know if in the States they're gonna standardize, even if they do standardize, you know, USB-C on everything, there's past products that do not have USB-C. You will always run into it, and you're gonna need some of these other connectors. So yeah, this is definitely worth the pickup if you don't have at least one in your house. The next thing I bought, all right, it was the graphics card. Oh, Zamper Game says buying that 4-in-1 as we speak. Heck yeah, I've convinced at least one person. I don't even care if you use the affiliate link or not. Just, you know, trying to help people out here. One of the things about like gifts or buying stuff is some people don't realize that like certain products could make their lives a lot easier or more convenient, and I think this is one of those prime examples. It's a cheap thing, but if you got someone this for Christmas because you didn't have that much money, I think they would still appreciate it and use it a lot. And you know what, if it's something that's physically that they use, and you know, it's like something that's there and not just like I don't know, like a digital gift card or something, they will remember you every time they use it because you gifted it to them. So that's one thing about, you know, buying gifts for people. Make it something that they will get a lot of use out of and would remind them of your relationship. So okay, the next purchase I bought, which I've already talked about on Black Friday because this came up before Black Friday, or the Black Friday stream, but I was essentially able to, wow, so this is down to 180 after rebate. Oh, it's still going on. But it's out of stock. You have to auto notify. Yeah, so this is also what I got. So this was $380. There was a $180 rebate. This was actually $350 when I picked it up. It was a $180 rebate down to $170. So I don't think you can hop on this deal by this point. Where's that card anyways? I need to do the mail-in rebate for it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so cool thing about Newegg, actually, I'll unbox it right now, actually. I'm not going to unbox it all the way because I need to do the rebate and some other stuff with it, but where is my X-Acto knife? Oh, there it is. All right, so here's the card, direct from Newegg itself. So there it is. Is the seal intact? It is still intact. I could do, you know, a good StockX switcheroo. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so here it is. A pretty basic Asus dual card, but spent $350 up front for it. Hopefully by the end of the rebate, it ends up being a $170 card, which is ridiculous value for 6650 XT. But yeah. So this was the next most expensive purchase I bought, the biggest one being the TV, and then this graphics card, which hopefully will work out to be $170. I also bought this motherboard, which is back ordered. ETA is gonna be early December. Okay, sweet. So yeah, I just needed a micro ATX board to use with the 12100F that we did the deal hunting and like finding of parts for my friend's nephew. So I just needed basically any cheap motherboard. I didn't want to go down to H610 just because the limited like rear IO. It only had like 2 slots for memory. Just H610 is such a bare bones cut down version that, you know, I think it's worth spending. It's not even that much cheaper either. Hey, Chris. Let me get to your super chat in a second. But yeah, so for motherboards, especially for kind of like the more current gen parts, this one being 12th gen Intel, like the H610 boards were going for $80. They are the absolute most cheap option, But when you have 10 extra bucks to spend to get yourself up to a B660 and you get more features, more USB ports, more RAM slots, things like that, better, you know, heatsink coverage on the BRMs and stuff like that, it's worth spending the extra 10 bucks, especially this one being on sale. It is back ordered, so this hasn't come yet. Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later, because I'm trying to finish that build before Christmas. Yeah. So, and then this is the ASRock Pro series of boards. I know, here's the thing, like, some people have problems with ASRock. They also have problems with MSI. No matter what brand of boards you choose, there will always be people out there who have problem with it, or will complain about its low quality, or, you know, cheapness or whatever. I've personally used plenty of ASRock motherboards throughout the years. I've not really had any major issues with them. Maybe I just got lucky in choosing the specific ones that didn't have any major issues with recalls or anything. This ASRock board, I'm sure it'll do fine for 90 bucks. I'm not gonna try to, like, you know, I'm not gonna try to get the best board there is out there, if you catch my drift. We're building a $600 or under system, so. Let me see if it, like, does this board have BIOS flashback is what you're saying. Which, let's see. BIOS, so may require, okay, update to boot to 13th gen, which is fine. So for BIOS flashback, I feel like most boards, especially the more entry level budget options, they typically don't have that. I know some AMD ones do, but even if it doesn't have BIOS flashback, I think I'll be okay with it. Because I'm not gonna be in a situation where I'm trying to, like, throw in a 13th gen processor without having a 12th gen on hand to do the BIOSing, or messing around with the BIOS where I would have to be able to flash the BIOS without getting into, you know, without booting up. But okay, Chris Marcio, hopefully I did not butcher your name. eBay 3070 without backing plate should run fine, right? Yeah. Also, I'm trying to think. I feel like there are more, especially with the card in the tier of the 3070. I can't even think of which 3070s don't have backplates off the top of my head. Can any of you name some? But yeah, you don't need a backplate for a graphics card to run correctly, or honestly, the backplate for the most part is aesthetics. Half of the time they're not even attached with like thermal pads or anything to properly transfer the heat, and half the time they're just plastic anyways. They're not even actual metal, or like they can't really act as a heat sink. So yeah, graphics cards without backplates are fine. They're just a little bit uglier, but you should be fine. Wait, which RTX 3070? It's not all of them, right? From EVGA? No backplate. Let's see if I can find 3070 black. That's like their most basic version, right? So here's the 3070 XC3. This is the 3070 XC3 Ultra. This one right here, XC3 black. I'm gonna read your comment in a second, Jason. But yeah, so if you do end up somehow with the RTX, I feel like you have a really high percentage chance, if you're just buying any random RTX 3070, that it will have a backplate rather than not. But in the off chance, if you do get one that does not have a backplate, you will be fine. There's nothing wrong with it. If you want to, you can pick up a custom backplate with RGB and stuff from companies like B1 Tech. Or you can just leave it and say, who cares? it runs how I want it to run. Okay, let's see what else we got. Jason says, video idea. Go to a farmer's market, set up a stall where you sell old PC parts. And pho. That'd be so funny. Well, you know how... I think it's pretty difficult to get a farmer's market slot. But that would be a cool concept. I don't know how much... I think it would actually cost me money for paying for that space to be at the farmer's market. As well as buying all the equipment to be able to make pho in the public spot. But that would be a pretty cool idea. Dude, just you mentioning pho. I want some pho right now, but it would take too much time to cook, and I have other leftovers to go through, so yeah. Wait, Kale130 says, lol, last week I did say my next CPU would have a backplate. Whoa, wait. Kale, which RX 6600 did you end up getting? You got one without a backplate? Wait, which one? War Dog, I talked about the 3080 Ti's like pretty earlier on, and there wasn't actual 3080 Ti's going for $400. It was someone who posted something misleading on Twitter, and I did like 1 ounce of investigation. I did like 0 effort work to disprove them. So I just wanted to kind of discuss that. But there were, I'm sorry, I know I sort of clickbaited it. It wasn't super intentional. People are probably gonna dislike and downvote the video because of that, but I'm sorry, that's how YouTube works. You gotta. Oh man, did I just pull the same thing as that person did by putting 3080 Ti's for under 400 question mark? Oh my goodness. Did I just become the enemy? Okay, you got a power color one. Oh, I'm assuming you got the power color fighter. Did you get the power color fighter RX 6600? Because I think that one doesn't have a backplate. Do they show images on their website of it? These companies, man. How are you going to show every angle except for the backplate angle? Let me see. Is that what they did? Yeah, come on. Come on. Oh, that's the last photo. They did it dirty. Wow. Dude. I mean, come on. Okay, Taufik N says, I want to buy a 6650 XT. I have 2 choices, Sapphire Pulse and Power Color Hellhound. Which should I choose? Ooh, that's a good question. Alright, you know what? We haven't done a poll yet tonight. Let's do a poll. Which GPU would you rather buy? Assuming same price. So we're going to do Power Color Hellhound RX 6650 XT. And then we got Sapphire Pulse. And we're gonna ask the question where, and we're gonna pull those GPUs up. Power Color, let's see, 6050 XT, Sapphire Pulse. And then we got the Hellhound 6650 XT. Okay, So between these two cards, honestly, this is a tough choice for me because I really like the Hellhound cards. I've been fortunate enough to be able to test like quite a few of them. Their coolers are really good. Temperatures are good. They can overclock decently from the ones that I've used anyways. Obviously, it's gonna matter specifically to the card that you have. But just overall, you know, it's a well-built card and it cools well and it looks good in my opinion. I don't believe this is RGB unless they release an RGB variant. I think it's just a fixed, you know, one color. Sapphire Pulse version. Sapphire is kind of like EVGA's counterpart to AMD. I've used Sapphire cards in the past. I haven't used a Sapphire card recently, but they do have a good long-standing reputation with you know, AMD fans. So between these two, if we look at the side-by-side specs, I'm pretty sure they're going to be almost identical. People are voting for Sapphire right now. 69% of the votes to Sapphire at the moment. Let me take a look at... Can I get to the specs? What is all this? Like, there's so much fluff to make this list, to make this product page look good. Look how far I have to go down. What? Why? Okay, let's get to the meat and potato specifications. Okay, so for the most part, most of the specs are going to be identical, like video memory, stream processor, etc. Memory, okay, 8 128-bit. Okay, so those are all the same. So for the most part, it's going to be depending on what components they put inside of these, it's going to be hard to find information regarding, like, you know, what they use to build up the card. But if you want to just look at the like factory overclocks they throw on them, that could be an indicator as to which one, you know, could be a higher performing card. I honestly wouldn't use this as an indicator though, me personally, because one company could just be more comfortable overclocking slightly higher. But this one, their factory overclock is 2635 2635 megahertz on the core, 2635, and then 2689. So we're talking about like a 50 megahertz difference in that factory overclock. Let's look at the everything else. What's the rest of the specs on this? Yeah, so they're, I don't know, to me they're more or less identical. Same connectors and stuff, right? Sometimes you might have some differences in like how many PCIe connectors go into it. Maybe they make special versions with different display outs, like the different number of display versus display ports or HDMI, but this is all, it's all looking to be identical. Coalition Gaming says, Danny, are you gonna build PCs at Orca, aka Seattle Build? Me and the owner of Seattle Built have been DMing back and forth for a while now, but we haven't met up in person yet. He doesn't live too far away from me. He's like 15-20 minutes max away from me. But I think it'd be a fun video to look into a system integrator, especially one local to me. So we've tossed out the idea, but I know he's super busy, and yeah, it's just whenever timing works out, maybe I could go visit their headquarters, which they are headquartered with Evo Geniuses based in Bellevue, Washington. So it'd be cool to go over there, maybe see what goes on the back end of things for system integrators, as well as give any input that I have as a customer or someone who helps, you know, friends choose builds, what we like to see and things like that. So yeah, that'd be a fun collab. Nick B says Hellhound gives blue RGB, which is like $15 or 15 extra FPS right there. Yeah, between the two, I could go with either. I would go with the lowest price, even if it's by $10 difference. I would choose the lower priced one. Now, if they were the exact same price like the poll is asking, I will, and assuming the card fits, because I think the Sapphire card is looking to be a little bit longer, and the Hellhound card looks to be a little bit wider. You would have to look at the dimensions for that, but yeah, the Hellhound card. What size are these fans? Actually, you know what? Performance. Let me go to the end here. How big are these fans on here? Do they say? They don't say. Dual fans, that's all they say. The Hellhound card looks like it has bigger fans. You know what? I'm going to choose the Hellhound. It is such a close decision that I'm going to have to choose based on my thinking that the fans are larger. I'm not even going to go double check it. Dr. Coonan says, I choose Sapphire as I support the brand. Yeah, I mean, I definitely... Does anyone know if Power Color has had any controversies, like, in the past or recently? I can't think of any. I don't think Sapphire has either. So I think both of them, and they are both AMD exclusive brands. Both of them do not make NVIDIA or now Intel graphics cards. But yeah, I hold both of them in high regard. I will say that I have a longer like track record with Sapphire though, because yeah, I bought a Sapphire card. I bought Sapphire cards back in like the HD 6000 series cards. So like one of my earlier cards was an HD 6870, which was Sapphire. So I have a longer track record with them, but Power Colors, you know, I think they're great. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Dr. Coonan. You dig Power Color too. It's just that Sapphire kind of has that, they've kind of had that like long-term reputation, so. Master Singleton says Sapphire has better customer service over Power Color. Honestly, I haven't had to RMA anything to either of them, so I can't speak on that experience. I think at the end of the day, they both will do right by their customers, but maybe you're right. I mean, it could be that Sapphire is quicker about it, and you know, doesn't hassle you as much for like proof if something breaks or something. Okay, here's Jason again with the AMD only brands. No thanks. Jason says no thanks to AMD as he uses one in his personal system right now. Give him crap for it, please. Let's see. So if we're gonna end the poll, more people are voting for Sapphire, so you know, you could go with Sapphire. Oh, okay. Jason says he uses Asus AMD cards, which is different because Asus isn't fully tainted with AMD. It's only partially because they still make NVIDIA cards. I understand. Okay, let's see. Oh. I had one last thing on my what did I pick up for Black Friday. This isn't even really a Black Friday pickup or Cyber Monday, but this is a reminder for y'all, homeowners specifically, or people who rent out who don't use public washing machine spaces. Yeah, my wife was saying, hey, our washing machine is starting to smell pretty bad. Can you get one of these cleaners? And this is a thing apparently, after me doing some research and stuff like that, with high efficiency machines, which pretty much every machine nowadays is. So these are just cleaners that you throw in with the empty washing machine for it to clean out, because for some reason with the high efficiency detergents, they get kind of a weird smell and like residue after a while. So she reminded us that I've never used one of these before, so we've had our washing machine for over a year. So this is just something you want to do, I guess, kind of regularly to maintain it, and keep it fresher. So yeah, this is also something I picked up on Cyber Monday. It probably was like $1 or $2 off sale, more than it usually is. But a reminder for you, those of you who don't, you know, don't think about things like this. Yeah. Bruh, Jason says, I went down the washing machine and dryer maintenance rabbit hole. Yeah. It's one of those things where a lot of appliances in your home, from when you buy them brand new, they can last a really long time. But in that time, if you don't regularly check up on it or maintain it, it could be building up a longer term big picture problem. Washing machines being one of them. Like if your drain plug is like blocked, you know, stuff can still get by for a while up until the point where it's completely blocked up. Then you're gonna have drainage issues. You're gonna get you could flood your laundry room, stuff like that. So yeah, this is just a quick reminder. Dishwasher, laundry machine, you know, there's stuff out here that can help you maintain them, where it's gonna cost you a little bit up front. You know, I had to spend $15 for 25 tablets, but this should hopefully last me over a year or two. And it's just like a quick maintenance thing to do every month or so, or every couple of months. My sister-in-law says, oh my god, you need to do this once a month. Yeah, we haven't been doing it once a month. So yeah, this is me definitely getting on it now. Coalition Gaming, always wash your privates. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we definitely, we don't use fabric softeners. We use those fabric softener anti-static sheets, but we just use straight up detergent. We use the Costco Kirkland Signature detergent, the one with no scents, because my wife, we think, is allergic to the scented ones. It makes her skin break out. So yeah. Master Singleton says, trust me, the dishwasher maintenance rabbit hole is deep as well. Dude, every home maintenance rabbit hole is super deep. You want to look into your AC or like your furnace and all that stuff, and you want to repair it yourself because you're cheap like me, which I have been trying to do ever since we bought the home. Yeah, there's very deep rabbit holes and Reddit threads and stuff like that on how to take care of everything yourself and save hundreds if not thousands of dollars. And I've slowly had to learn those things over the years. So sometimes I just can't figure it out and we have to hire the handyman. But then sometimes the handyman comes and tells you just to replace the whole thing when you don't need to. So there's pros and cons with doing that. Aaron Lee says, Ryzen 5 5600G paired with a Speedster RX 6600 XT, good. Yeah, I would say that's a good pairing. If you already have the 5600G, that's fine. If not, the 5600 actually performs better than the 5600G. It just doesn't have integrated graphics. I know, it's confusing. Also, like PCI Express 4.0 versus 3.0, there are differences between the two. If you haven't bought the parts yet, I would recommend a 5600 non-G to pair with it. But if you already have it, then it's a fine pairing. Dude, yeah, so, oh yeah, you guys saw me install a toilet. All the toilets in our house I installed. I didn't know they charged $600 to install a toilet though. Toilet installation is one of those things where you could definitely do yourself. The only restriction is if you're like not capable physically, or you know, like if you're older, have bad bones, bad back, etc., then you know, aligning the toilet and unboxing and stuff, that could be difficult. But other than that, most people should be able to install their own toilets, and it's really fast. Like you could easily do it in 30 minutes. Normal Pills says, Danny, what would you say? Oh, let me bring the chat box back up since we're just chilling now. Danny, what would you say is the best Ryzen update for a 3070 Ti? Currently on a Ryzen 5 3600. So if you're on a 3600 with a 3070 Ti, assuming that you could sell that 3600 off, I honestly, well, actually, let's take a look at the prices. Because all the Ryzen 7000 series processors... No, we're not going to go Ryzen 7000 series. We're going to assume you're going to keep the same motherboard. Okay. On it, 5800X3D was actually on sale during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Let's see what they're going for now. Ooh, they're back up. And they're not even... This is a third-party reseller. I think a 5800X3D would be a good, solid option. And then you're not going to have to worry about it for a while. But the price went back up. They were lower than this. I don't recall the exact price. But they definitely were on sale this past week during the holidays. And yeah, I wonder if they come back in stock at Newegg, if the price will be more reflective. Because this is definitely sold by somebody else who's trying to look like maybe take advantage of it. Let me look at Amazon. But I would say probably aim for the 5800X3D. Not only will it serve your 3070 Ti, it could serve you well for the next graphics card down the line too. If you're trying to like look that far in advance for a like an upgrade and future proofing. Let's see, 5800X3D. They're a little bit cheaper on. Wow, the 5900X is even cheaper than it. 5900X is going for $340 right now, and the X3D is going for $360. The X3D is gonna edge it out in games, but this one's gonna be for better, different workloads that aren't gaming. So it's it's up to you. You could go with a cheaper 5600X, and that would be a pretty nice upgrade too. But honestly, I don't like just generational upgrades, especially only one generation apart. Like, if you're only gonna go one generation apart, you need to go up the product stack at least one step as well. Going from a 3600, which is almost like a 3600X, it's kind of like going only a one generation jump at the same tier level to a 5600X. So that's the only reason I'm not recommending it. But also, is the stock of these... Are we in the middle of a shortage right now? What's going on here? The 5800X, let me look back on Newegg. There's like random parts that are just out of stock. Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds right. So it does look like stuff did sell out during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So Amazon didn't have anything that was too good. I'm sure this has been going for like 170. So yeah, so this looks like it's sold out from Newegg too, because this is being sold by Senitech for 190. So wait till it gets back in stock. But you have multiple options at you. Hardware Unbox Steve said 3600 to 5600X is not worth it. That was my thought process as well. If you're gonna go up, so Jason is saying the 5800X is 230 right now, but it's in back ordered till December. Is that what's going on? Let's see. 5600X for 190. Where are you seeing that 5800X? That's not back ordered from. That's not on Amazon, is it? I swear, some of these deals within the same day, they're changing. Like, I'm looking at Amazon right now. Go to other sellers on Amazon. Oh, 229. Okay. Why is this looking kind of sus? This is brand new for a 5800X. Who's the seller? Oh, this is sold and shipped by Amazon. Okay, not sus. No, we're good. We're good. Let me zoom in. Sold and shipped by Amazon. 229. This is the deal to go for. Shout out to Jason. See, this is why I freaking hate Amazon. Unless you go into each individual... I guess they posted down here for pretty small, but I would have already assumed that that was either a fake listing or a used offer, because they don't make... Why would they not put the Amazon pricing as like the biggest number for them? Just because it's not available? This is sold by a Memory C. Yeah, that's why it's hidden readily available as number 1. I wonder... This probably won't come up in PC Part Picker. Let's see. Let's go to PC Part Picker real quick. Let's look up 5800X. See what they have on here. 270. Yeah, okay. So they have the readily available price as well. So that's a good tip brought to you by Jason. Check every single individual listing, especially under new and used. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, PC Part Picker. No, I would say PC Part Picker is a good starting point. But then when you actually go to the individual parts, you could try to squeeze out extra savings. But for the most part, PC Part Picker can get you a ballpark estimate of what your build can be. But then if you, I mean, it comes with the territory. If you want to save extra money, you got to go and do the dirty work. In this case, it's individually clicking on listings and going into the new and used section to get the best deal. But again, it is back ordered, so it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is a good Excel spreadsheet alternative, which the funny thing is, when I do my personal builds, I use a spreadsheet. I list out the parts and then I fill it out with the prices that I think I want to spend or that I can find parts for. PC Part Picker is not my personal choice to go to. I do it on stream because it's convenient. And it does take out a lot of the legwork that you have to do to find parts from multiple sellers. But it's definitely like, you should go beyond just using it. Yeah. Okay. So, what else do we have here? I've gone through pretty much everything that I wanted to do during the stream. We talked about did we get a response? Actually, let me see. Let's pull it up on Twitter. Let's go over our notifications. So we had, by the way, if y'all are watching the stream and you went and liked the tweet and gave it more visibility, I do appreciate you. Okay, so there's some people who are defending Usman. But here's me responding and possibly getting into Twitter drama. Okay, let's see. If y'all have anything you want to submit, your setups, PC Part Picker lists, certain deals, feel free to hit me up on Twitter for it. But yeah, we're just gonna chill with chat the rest of the night. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, because I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of your discussions as I was going through the different deals and stuff. All right, what does chat have to say? Wait, Dr. Coonan says, I am a Vine voice and it takes me hours to go through the list, and often the product says, what is a Vine voice? What am I missing here? I'm not in the know of what Vine voice means or what it pertains to. Ashik A says, how you doing, brother? I'm doing good. We have had a pretty eventful stream. Eventful as in there was a lot of stuff to talk about and there's no dead time so far. So now we're just slowing down and just hanging out with the chat. Lego Man uses Newegg PC Builder. The only thing about the Newegg PC Builder is that it only uses Newegg parts, right? And Newegg sometimes, especially for parts like coolers, I don't know why. Newegg needs to get some more $20 like ID cooling equivalent coolers on their website. Because from what I've seen, Newegg, if those coolers are placed on Newegg, they're usually placed at a higher price or have some stupid rebates and stuff like that. But that's just one category that I know that Newegg needs. That I wish Newegg was as good as Amazon on, like cheap budget coolers for $20, basically. Anime Kiva says, you got a free cockroach infested 5700G 3060 PC that came in a trade in and replaced the power supply and the main parts work. So that's good. Having dealt with a cockroach PC myself, I brought it into my home stupidly and everyone was like, oh my god, did you make sure no cockroaches got out? Hopefully we haven't had a cockroach infestation since I repaired that PC. But yeah, next time I'm keeping that crap outside the house. I'm not gonna risk having one cockroach get loose and laying eggs in my house and having a cockroach infestation. Cockroaches in PCs are so disgusting. I'm lucky that most of the ones in the one that I repaired they were dead. I cannot imagine. I don't even know what my reaction would be if I opened up a PC and there were live crawling cockroaches. Oh. Aaron Lee says, can I post links in here? Don't have Twitter. So you can't post links in YouTube, even though I want to be able to, because YouTube just doesn't allow it for whatever reason. I'm thinking about opening up a Discord server because this has come up enough. The Discord server will solely be used to serve the stream. It's not going to be a place that I'm going to have time to really hang out in, unfortunately, because that's what most Discord servers become being. I've talked about this before. Tech tubers open up Discord servers. They're in there for like the first however long, and then you don't really see much of them as much as it is the rest of the community members. And if you're looking for community, I think there are plenty of other Discord servers where a lot of people are already a part of. But if I did a Discord server, it would be so that you guys could submit stuff for the stream. And also for the mods, I would probably make a mod channel just so that the mods and I could be in that. You know, again, it would be to serve the stream. So, yep, that's regarding links and stuff. What happened to the poll? The poll went away. It finished, didn't it? All right, so White Hoodie had a question. Hey, looking for advice, and it looks like people are already starting to answer it. Hey, looking for advice. What's a good CPU upgrading from an i7 8700K and using a 2080 Ti Strix? What's a good CPU upgrading from that? You're pretty much you're at the end of the line when it comes to potential upgrades. So you're gonna have to upgrade motherboards as well. And what White Hoodie is doing is playing games such as Modern Warfare 2 and hardcore gaming. What is hardcore gaming? Can we define what hardcore gaming is? Does this just mean that you play games many hours more than the average person? Or is there some aspect of hardcore gaming that requires more computing power than normal gaming? But yeah, White Hoodie is asking for advice on what good CPU upgrading. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you already have an i7 8700K in there. I don't think it would be worth upgrading to anything beyond that for that same socket. You have a 2080 Ti. It's a pretty capable card. I mean, I would say 12th gen Intel or 5000 series Ryzen would be a pretty noticeable jump up from the 8700K. 8700K, that is a 6-core 12 threads, right? Yeah, because 8th and 9th gen were that. So I guess if you go with the 5600X, you'll get the same thing. But if you go to Ryzen, you're gonna have more options with like Ryzen 7 or the 5800X3D or something. Yeah, so the 8700K, back when Intel, before they wised up and just went up to the 8-core 16 threads, it was 6 cores 12 threads. Plus, you know, IPC from the previous gen. So go into 12th gen Intel if you're trying to save money, or like a 5800X3D. I think that would be a pretty good solid upgrade. Yeah. So yeah, I realized that I didn't recommend anything from that socket because those are stupid expensive. Like, yeah, your motherboard could support a 9900K. Let's see how much those are going for. Like, if you just look at the quick Amazon and Newegg listings here, you could get them from Amazon for as low as $489. So yeah, like your platform, your current processor, you're not at the end of the line with it. You could slot something in there that works, but come on, you could get a better modern day CPU and motherboard combo rather than going down the i9 path, which I know Chris wasn't recommending it, and he's just saying you could push it further. I didn't even mention it because of these prices on products like this, which aren't meant for... I honestly don't think this is meant for your everyday consumer. This is like for those hardcore enthusiasts who know that they're kind of spending a lot of money for diminishing returns. So you could probably look in the used market for one, but I don't think that's going to be any cheaper. Let's see, i9 9900. Okay, how much are these still selling for? We're going to look at sold listings. I would even hesitate to recommend a used one. Yeah, so they're selling still for around 300 bucks. Definitely not worth it. 375 here still selling for. So yeah. Master Singleton is saying, let's see, what is Master Singleton says, Dr. Kunin, I'm still running my i5 8400 with RX 6600. And then Dr. Kunin was saying that's a good rig. Yeah, and then Master Singleton said, I agree, it doesn't skip a beat. Yeah, so it depends on what you're trying to do. I could see the 8400 struggling to push high frame rates on certain games. Now, granted, you're pairing it with the RX 6600, which isn't the most powerful graphics card, so that pairing's a little bit better. But if you're comparing it to a 2080 Ti, which has a little bit more power, you could start seeing like frame rate limitations on the CPU side of things, depending on the title. So it is starting to get old. The 8400, what was that one? Was that also 6-core 12-thread? So we're talking... No, that was... Okay, yeah. So the 8400, I mean, if you're talking about, like, CPUs feeling old and stuff, yeah, I keep on remembering and then forgetting again. Prior to 10th gen, Intel had single-threaded cores, essentially. So yeah, the 8400 was 6-core 6-thread, whereas AMD, the counterpart at the time, was definitely doing 6-core 12 threads. So depending on the title, you could feel more stuttering or just lower frame rates and 1% lows. So yeah, so White Hoodie says upgrading the motherboard is no problem. Yeah, honestly, if you want to save a little bit more money, AMD motherboards are, like, they're really cheap. And you could run current 5000 series stuff on, like, B450 boards if you want to. But B550 boards aren't that much more expensive. I would go with just current gen AMD or 12th gen Intel. And then anything from the i5s, Ryzen 5s, i7s, Ryzen 7s, whatever the best deal you can find is. It looks like the 5800X is a pretty good price right now if you don't mind waiting for that Amazon deal that we saw earlier. Hey, it's Joel. Let's see. I'm quite busy. I didn't record the audition. Getting paid to clean up. Oh, snap. Did I just miss all of Hey, it's Joel's messages? Oh, no. Hey, it's Joel just stopped by briefly. Stopped by to say hello before going back to editing these video game auditions. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Joel. Sorry we didn't see you for the most of the stream, but glad you stopped by to say hi anyways. And we got the other regulars greeting you as well. Chadwick says, thanks. Can't wait for the next LAN video. Glad to see the channel growing. I'm excited for the next LAN too. We are pushing it out to March though, for better weather. Normally it's like February. So we're going to shift everything about a month. So yeah, next LAN party won't be till March. That's still a good 4-ish months out. But I'm excited for it. It's at Jan's new house. So yeah. New places to LAN out is always fun. It's always fun figuring out the new sleeping situation. It's always fun to figure out the different circuits in the house to see which one we're gonna trip. And it's always fun to have a new environment. It keeps everything kind of fresh. Aaron Lee says, upgrading from a i3 8100 and 1060. Friends picked my PC parts a couple of years ago, and I'm finally able to upgrade the parts. Nice, Aaron. Wait, I'm getting lost in the chat right now. Did you say what you are upgrading to? I might have missed it, or I may have read it and didn't notice the name attached to it. But yeah, what are you going up from? i3 8100 to and 1060? Yeah, those are getting kind of overdue by this point, so hopefully you're gonna get a nice upgrade out of that. Okay, go through his medicine cabinet and take random pills. Do houses... Actually, he bought a little bit older of a house, so maybe he does have a medicine cabinet. We don't have a medicine cabinet in our house. Like, if someone wanted to go through our medicine cabinet, there wouldn't be one. All of the public bathrooms in our house, the one that people have access to, that's not our master bedroom, there's no like medicine cabinet behind the mirror type thing. And we have drawers, but we don't keep medicine in there. Yo, I keep my medicine at my desk. I don't keep it in a cabinet. Though for stuff like Advil and things like that, we just keep it in a Tupperware in the laundry room. So that's our medicine cabinet. But yeah. Yeah, I feel like the medicine cabinet thing was like, it's kind of like a boomer type of thing. Old people would understand it. Dr. Coonan says, let me ask you again. Oh, sorry I missed your message, Chris, but have you worked on an Optiplex mobile that didn't allow different CPUs to work in it? I have never worked on an Optiplex. Well, I've never had this. Let me rephrase that. I actually have you see that back there? That's an Optiplex. So I do have an Optiplex 7040, which is a Skylake Optiplex. This is going to be this coming weekend's video, by the way. So, I'm not sure if y'all have noticed or picked up on the fact that the only Optiplex builds I have ever done on the channel have been either from Sandy Bridge, Ivy Bridge, or Haswell generations. Those were kind of like the cream of the crop, best bang for buck Optiplexes for the longest time. Because, like, you know, anything with DDR4 memory and beyond, Skylake and beyond, was super expensive. But they've come down in price. So, all the ones that I've worked with have never had a problem transplanting a better CPU into it. This 7040 right here, this Optiplex 7040, this has a i7 6700 in it. So, it's going to be the most powerful Optiplex I've featured on the channel. But I don't have any other chips I can put in there, like lower end chips, to see if the motherboard only works with that CPU or if it works with something else. So some Optiplexes seem to disallow through BIOS or CPU swap. So yeah, I've never run into it. But I wouldn't be surprised. Optiplexes can get pretty finicky and their BIOSes kind of suck. They're very limited as to what you can do and stuff like that. So, okay, holy crap. What do we get? Nomad gifted 50 Nerd budget memberships. Holy crap. Okay. Nomad? Gnomed? Okay, is it gnomed or nomad? Nomad, rather. I'm gonna have to add more people to the super gifters list, but okay. First of all, what is up, gnomed? I'm gonna assume it's gnomed. I just read it incorrectly first as nomad, but I'm pretty sure it's not nomad, it's gnomed. So we're gonna let these play out for a bit, but gnomed, thank you for the 50 Nerd on a Budget membership gifting. We got Kale 130 got a gifted membership. So Kale, you now have access to the where's it at? which I have not been having my water reminders this stream, so I need to drink up. Gnome, thank you very much. Yeah, you did gift basically half of the current live stream viewership, but the way that gifted memberships work is it's random. So it does gift some viewers of the channel that aren't currently watching right now, and then some people in stream. But I do see a lot of names of people who do watch the stream, like Patrick McGovern, Eduardo, Kale, Extreme Zone 987. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Holy crap, is this still going? Alright, I'm gonna have to pause that right now. After that Spitfire alert. Oh my goodness, I cannot even go through this listing. Are you guys seeing this chat? If you scroll up, it's crazy. It keeps on going. Did I miss another one? Okay, let me see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any gifted memberships. Okay, I think we're good. I've been gnomed. Thank you, gnomed. I appreciate it. Stream Elements definitely cannot keep up. It's struggling right now. Wait, did Gnome gift another 50? It did not show up on my panel. Let me see. That's what I was saying. Okay, 50 right there. Oh my god, you did do 250s. Oh, the chat can't even keep up. I can't even scroll up to when the gifted membership messages started coming in. Like, YouTube's limit has been reached. Yeah. So we did get two different. First of all, Gnome joined the membership, as well as gave 250 sub, two separate 50 gifted memberships. So Gnome, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh my god, now Discord server when? Okay, we gotta talk about. If we had the Discord server, it's going to be a channel for posting things to pull up on stream, a channel for the moderators in case we needed to talk to each other about regarding anything before or after stream, and then a general channel. I'm afraid that the issue with Discord is I've seen people in Discord channels become very toxic, or just like, yeah, just basically very toxic. In general, without moderation and stuff like that. Even though I feel like we have a really good community here, like everyone on chat's always fine. We don't have any trolls coming in here. We don't have people, you know, ruining the vibe of the streams that we have here every week. I feel like with the Discord channel, it's very easy for people to join under an anonymous guise and just throw a wrench in it and just basically either attack other people or just post stupid political crap that nobody wants to see, etc, etc. Now, that's why you have a moderation team for, right? But my thing is, I don't want to create more work either for myself or for other people than necessary. I feel like for the streams, moderation is pretty chill. We get like one or two porn advertisements, channels that need to be removed every once in a while. But because the stream only exists for 2 to 2.5 hours once a week, it's not a huge job to moderate it compared to a Discord server, which is running 24/7, even when everybody's sleeping, where you could get some bad characters coming in there, ruining the experience. So that's, again, my hesitation with starting a Discord server. As I'm talking about that, oh, you can do verified only? Yeah, Shauner, I'm going to take his input. Because Shauner is actually a mod for Zach's Discord server who has a crazy amount of people in it. He says, yeah, Discord server can be a lot. I don't hate that you don't have one, but Discord is definitely where... Oh, okay, so it is where you're active, but you also see the other side of things that I'm looking at it from that point of view of how crazy and toxic it can get. But, okay, so we do have... I got to get to the other channel memberships that we just got. We got Mike 1360 with the 10 channel memberships. Mike, another long-time donor, which I need to bring up. Give me 1 second. Membership shout out. This is okay. This is how crazy y'all are making it for me. This is the most updated list I have. And as we can see, Mike 1360 again up there as a super gifter. I need to add Gnomed up there now. But you've gifted so much that this thing is slowly encroaching on me. And as you've noticed, week after week, the text gets smaller on this. So, yeah, maybe I need to make a scrolling version that doesn't show all the names at once, but it's just a continuous scrolling name that just goes through all the names. I need to figure it out, but yeah, thank you for the donos. I really do appreciate it. It really does help to support the channel, so. Okay, I gotta turn on the notifications again. Let's see where it is. Gnome just gifted another 50 memberships. Scalores, is a paper shredder useful? 1 second. The notifications should come on. They should come on. Unless, I think you might have broken stream elements. But anyways, paper shredder. Is it useful? Yeah, paper shredders are useful if you need to shred bills or like stuff from credit card companies or any private information that on the off chance that someone digs through your recycling or trash and could steal your identity, paper shredders can be useful for that. Otherwise, if you don't care and you're an open book, then no, not really. Okay. I think Gnomed broke stream elements because the little dancing GIF... Oh, here it is. So on this screen, because I didn't turn it off, it's still here. Let's see where it's at right now. It's at David M, which we're not going to find out where that has been going on. Is it going to come back on this screen? Gnomed broke Dr. Disrespects and Tim's earlier on their stream. Okay, first of all, Gnomed, the fact that you are donating to me to a similar like tier or level that you have done Dr. Disrespects, or just even being mentioned in the same like sentence as them, I am truly humbled. Thank you. But your bank hates you. All right, Gnomed, can we get a little bit more background information about yourself? Like, how long have you been watching the channel? Are you a long-time supporter or are you a newer supporter? It's really hard for me to keep track of every single subscriber, so my apologies if you have been around for a while. I would have to go look into like the comments archive to see. But yeah, just a little bit more about yourself, just because I'm curious, and why you felt the need to be generous and donate that many memberships. Gnomed, you absolute whale. Yeah, indeed. Definitely a whale. Thank you for the water reminder, Dr. Coonan. And Eduardo, thank you for the water reminder. Mike 1360 says, you just spent... Let me see. I don't think it reflects on here. I'm gonna bring it back here so we can still see the dancing, the dancing me. Yeah, so it doesn't. 162 new memberships as of tonight, though. Holy crap! Okay, Gnome says, oh, bah, ha, 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 ha. I've been watching the channel since like 3 years ago. Loved watching LAN party story videos. You know what's funny? I do LAN party stories twice a year. During the pandemic, it was once. We did one a year. So in the grand scheme of things, I've done only like 11 or 12 LAN party story videos, which pales in comparison to the rest of the PC content on the channel. But LAN party stories is consistently one of the top reasons why people say they follow me and continue to watch the channel. And even the viewership on LAN party stories, as I've talked about before, it pales in comparison to like budget builds and other like viral videos that I've made. No LAN party stories, no single LAN party video has ever reached over 100,000 views. Yet it's got a cult following, and we have stuff like this where like Gnomed, who came in here, who's been following for a while, donated a crap ton in memberships tonight. And the reason he found me was because of the LAN party, or the reason they found me was because of the LAN party stories video. So it's just crazy to think about. Oh man, Jan in the chat. What's up, Jan? Man Karate, aka Jan, says, it's a sign, Danny. We gotta land more. Yo. I don't think anyone would oppose to landing more, aside from our adult lives and schedules. And to be honest, LAN party stories videos are a lot of work. They are a ton of work. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm always down to land more. Yeah, a lot of people chiming in saying that they love the LAN party stuff, so yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm not gonna call you out, but I think you may have been confusing me with somebody else, because I was one of the people who didn't make a Verge reaction video, but I still appreciate I'm sure you found me some other way, and I appreciate your following. Now I feel bad because I kind of called him out, but I just wanted to remind him that that wasn't the reason he followed me, because I did not make a Verge reaction video. So, yeah. I'm sure there was other legit reasons for you following, though. Yeah, I loved watching all the fun Craigslist videos, which I've been trying to bring back Craigslist videos. It's just kind of hard because the deals online, the deals have been so good online, and in Washington, the weather kind of sucks sometimes, so like it's harder to do it in the winter when it's super dark and wet out. Like, people ain't trying to stand out in the cold and rain while I have my camera trying to talk to them, making a good Craigslist video compared to in the summer type of thing. So, yeah. I'm not, well, no, he might not think I'm Lyle. He might think I'm Christopher Yee, because Chris made a video about the Verge PC as well. I'm trying to think of any other Asian content creators that did. So, Master Singleton says, do more LAN parties. It's fun. Yeah. Dude. DrebblerCon. I was actually considering it, but maybe not this coming year, but maybe the one after. And dude, if Jan is down to go, that would be fun. Having some of the LAN party stories crew join in against the Texas adversary rival crew to do some in-person stuff. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, let's see. Hey, we got Martin in the house as well. What is up, Martin? Wicked World says, bro, your videos always put a smile on my face. I'm going through a lot, but watching your streams and vids always makes me smile. So thank you. Thank you for, first of all, thank you for saying that, because sometimes, like, especially with the way that YouTube works, it's impossible not to dive deep into the numbers and like second guess yourself. But sometimes, like, when the channel has this like down periods, or like sometimes when the streams don't have as many viewers, for one reason or another, sometimes I look at it, I'm just like, man, I sometimes question, like, should I continue doing this? Like, are people still enjoying or finding value out of this? But it's the people who always return week after week in the streams. It's the moderators. It's the people who, you know, get the memberships, and people who leave comments like this that remind me that, you know, so long as I still enjoy doing it, even when it is like during the tough seasons where like I'm out of the algorithm or whatever, there still could be like that one person out there that I could make a difference and like, brighten up their day and bring a smile to their face. So Wicked World, you know, whatever you're going through, you don't have to share, because a lot of stuff, you know, I understand if it's private and stuff. I hope you do get through it, and I'm glad that, you know, once a week me streaming as well as any of the videos I post, it does, you know, help you get through it. So yeah. Gnomed says, can you put up a chart of the names again? I don't keep this updated, by the way. So just to make it clear, I manually create this in Photoshop because I'm dumb and I don't know of a way to automate it. So if anyone out there who knows how to automate, like inputting a CSV file and outputting something and not spending like 10 minutes trying to size everything, feel free to let me know, because this is manually made and has to be updated every week. Yeah. Python, yeah, so that's one thing I never got into. Coding. I've shared this story before, but I took 1 quarter of computer science in college. My first year, my first quarter in college. I got out with a 3.2, I think, out of 4.0 scale, which isn't bad. But I struggled so hard on that, and I found out that my mind just does not work in a way where I can program things. So I switched majors. So yeah, when people say, oh, it's simple, it's in Python or just whatever language, you could program that. Nah, dude. Unless it's like got a pretty UI that people have made specifically, a dumbed down version for me to click buttons on, I'm not a coder. I know basic stuff like if, else, and, for loops and things like that, but beyond that, no. There are I know there's a lot of tutorials, but I had a professor who was also teaching me as well as TAs. It's for some people, it just doesn't click. Like, also the time to invest into it, I can't see myself doing it. On top of like the YouTube, on top of, you know, benchmarking and stuff like that, like I can't fit it in. now we got people, classism within programming languages. Internet user says Python is poverty at its best. You can do better. R is where it's at. Is it just R, or is it like Ruby or Ruby on Rails or whatever? I don't know a ton about programming. 14 Archico says I have failed Python many times. Yeah, so that would be me. Python is the AMD of coding. Jason, with the AMD shade being thrown. Just R. Okay, I've never heard of R. When was this last? This last list was last. I did the poll before the Black Friday stream, so I might not have the people on the Black Friday stream on it. So every nerd knows programming. Nah, I promise you, not every nerd knows programming. We do have some Python fans in the house. Gnomed is a Python fan. Okay. R is the NVIDIA of coding. Yeah, so we definitely have some elitism going on right now. Okay. R is better than Python. Yeah, so. So putting that analogy to use. So Python works really well, but isn't well known. Nah, I feel like Python is super well known. I'm guessing it's just because it's a very simplified, easy to access, but can't do really high end, like, it's limited in its terms of its capabilities, but it's easy to pick up, is why I'm guessing, just based on the analogies that people have been giving. But I don't know much about Python and R. Then we got people with C++ and then C with many pluses, so yeah. Internet user hates Python so much. When I got my new computer and had it installed, I burned the whole computer. Okay. Okay. I don't think we had any Twitter submissions, which is fine because we are definitely well into my dinner time. So let me take a look real quick. On the Twitter sides of things, oh, and then they're coming back now. Oh, it's because we switched to this scene. These are gonna go on all night. I have to stop it. Luke Pryor got a gifted membership. But yeah, if I don't stop this would have gone through the entire stream based on how many gifted memberships there were. So I'm gonna let that one go and then we're gonna stop it there. Okay. Oh no, not that one. Here we go. No, okay, what is for dinner? So for dinner, you guys know, most people probably won't know this dish. I know Kevin Ngo will. So this is what, but it's basically, it's called banh can, and it's basically a thick noodle Vietnamese soup with like shrimp balls. It's just, in terms of Vietnamese food, if it's not banh mi's or pho, most people don't know what it is. So this is one of the more obscure dishes. This is leftover from Thanksgiving. So this is what is for dinner. This is really good. This is actually one of my favorite dishes from like Vietnamese cuisine. Yeah. So that's for dinner. It's leftovers. I hope my wife left me enough and not like a tiny bowl. Yeah, so this is what is actually for dinner. But in terms of, alright, we did not clickbait, Miss Info, no, sweet. Alright, so we did not have any Twitter submissions, which works out for me. So we're gonna spend the last 5 or so minutes just hanging out. Dang. Stream easily went 2.5 hours. We had plenty to talk about. There's plenty to do. So thanks in part to you all who are always blowing up the comments, giving me things to talk about, giving me things to answer. So yeah. Oh, I guess so. Shutter Thug asks, "How's the weather?" Let me see. I think it's too dark right now. We had snow. Yeah. So we had a lot of snow yesterday. Most of the roads are clear. Our grass, I don't know. It probably was like 3 to 4 inches of snow where I live. But I'm wearing this hoodie, which Hynix is not the sponsor of the stream, by the way. This is just a hoodie that Hynix sent me years ago, and I just like wearing it because it's nice and big and comfy and warm. But yeah, so I accidentally turned off the heater last night when I was doing some maintenance on it to get ready for the snowy weather, and I forgot to flip the switch back on. So we woke up this morning with our house at like below 60 degrees. So that's why I'm wearing a hoodie right now. It takes a while to heat up the house, so so yeah, the weather in Washington right now, though, it's snowy. I think we're gonna get snow a couple more days this week. Yeah, Gnomed, you know what, Gnomed? I'm pretty sure I remember your comments. If you haven't changed that Play-Doh penguin face for like ever since you've started watching my channel, then I think I do remember, and I could pull up in the YouTube, in the creator studio, I can pull up every comment that you've ever left. So yeah, your user icon looks familiar now that you mention it. Shane Eslick, shrimp balls. We throw that part of the prawn away here. Yes, definitely. Shrimp testicles you should throw away. But mushed up shrimp that you form into balls, you should definitely keep that. Jason Whitmer says, "Do the Carlton dance before stream ends, or no? Oh, do the Carlton dance before stream ends, or Gnome will charge back the claim." I don't think you can charge back on YouTube. I think you can do that for PayPal donations. I don't know if you can do it directly through YouTube. Can I make a guess that you're... No, my wife watches Quang Tran. I like Mark Wiens in terms of, like, food YouTubers. Mark Wiens is someone that she found years ago and that we watch pretty regularly. I don't watch Mikey Chen or Kwang Tran that much, but I know of their content. My wife watches all of them. 5 inches total where you're at, Chris Kunin. Nice. Legend So Cool says, opinions on a 12100F and a 2080. Honestly, I don't think that's as big of a bottleneck as most people would make it out to be. If you're playing on 1440p, like AAA games, throw those settings up higher and you could make it a, you know, a decent pairing. So... Master Singleton says, oversized clothing is trending right now. What are we, back in like the mid 90s to early 2000s, and you have a Pog hoodie. I do love this hoodie. I honestly, like, if companies just sent me, I love free stuff. Like, if they send me free stuff with their name slapped over on them, I would wear it. I'll be a walking billboard, so long as the product quality is nice. This is a nice hoodie. Let me look at what the temperature is in my studio right now. Alright, so I keep this thermometer for when I do, because we're talking about the weather right now. People asking questions about, or just mentioning where they live. So this is the temperature right now. It is down here in the basement. 19C. Wait, no. What? Come on, give me Fahrenheit. So we normally keep our house a little bit warmer than this, like around 70s, but it's still heating up because of because I was dumb and turned off the heater overnight. But yeah, I use this as a reference for if I ever do anything and I need to like say, oh, how many degrees over ambient. That's why I was in C, by the way. Like, so if I were to do a benchmarking video and I wanted to mention how the temps were good, this would be used as the reference. But that's not super necessary all the time because most people are going to assume room temperature. It's not like I'm testing outside in a blizzard or in a desert. So, yeah. You may have mistaken me for Christopher Yee. No problems. No problems. I'm just glad you support the channel and here at the stream. How much did I drop for the Optiplex in the back? 85 bucks. I forgot how much shipping was, but the video will have all the details. I'll show the eBay listing and everything. But yeah, it was 8 gigabytes, no hard drive, which is fine because nobody wants a slow spinning hard drive anyways. 8 gigabytes of RAM, the CPU, which is a 6700, and then yeah, it does have a small power supply. I'll talk about it in the video when that comes out. The Phantom Fox says sub, thank you. And Master Singleton with the water reminder. Oh man, with all these questions that are trying to get me on the hit list of other tech tubers, who is the most... Who's your choice for the most overrated tech tuber? We're gonna end with this question tonight. What are y'all's... If you guys were to answer Jason Whitmer's question, who would you say is the most overrated tech tuber? Like, give me a second to think about it while I'm gonna read your responses as well. But for a choice for most overrated tech tuber, and you're saying tech tuber, not PC related tech tuber, so it could be someone from outside of the PC specific space. Let's see what answers we have. Wow, a lot of people are chiming in. Whoa, really? Dr. Kunin says Marquez Brownlee? Mark-ass Brownlee? Honestly, okay, when you think of overrated, don't think about the depth or detail that they go in. I think Marquez is one of my favorite tech tubers, and I don't think he's overrated. Because overrated would mean that they do not deliver or come in at the level that they get the hype for. And I think he lives up to the expectations. But that's just my personal opinion. You can have your own opinion. Overrated, I'm seeing people say Linus Tech Tips. Which again, y'all know that I have the utmost respect for Linus. People are saying Jay's 2 cents. We've seen that name pop up multiple times this stream. We have Jay, we have Bitwit. People are saying Nick B says play Dragonflight. The Dragonflight is so fun. I don't have time for Dragonflight. I'm just playing Classic right now. I might play Dragonflight, but maybe not within the next few weeks. Maybe later on in the expansion. Let's see. Craig Lilly says Jason Whitmer is pretty overrated. So we got a lot of the same answers. We got Jay, Linus. I saw TechSource in there a couple of times. Bitwit is... The Fanta Fox says Bitwit is underrated. I can't make a poll because there's too many options. Actually, let me see. There's another feature. Start a Q&A. There's a Q&A feature. Can someone remind me to do a Q&A next time, sometime during stream? I'm gonna do it right now. Test. Start Q&A. Let me know how this Q&A feature works. This is new to me. I don't know what's going on. What is this? What is going on right now? Huh. So on your guys' end, what looks different? Because on my end, let me hide these. How much were 3080 Ti's were not $400 on Black Friday? They were probably going... Let me think. I wasn't even looking at 3080 Ti's because I remember they specifically... Anything above the 3070 was not going for a good price. Why does this work law? So, okay. I am seeing questions in here. Do people only get one question and then you can't type anymore? I'm going to end the Q&A. Is this anonymous? It's not. I can see all your names in here. Can other people see questions? Okay, I'm gonna end it now. How do you end this thing? End Q&A. Okay. Q&A is removed. So what just went on there? This is a learning experience. It's gone now. So it looks like it was posting questions from people, but I only saw names. I only saw like Jason's name show up twice, but when I tried sending 2 questions, it said please wait 1 minute. Okay, so it's kind of like a uber slow mode. Is that it? It's just like a longer slow mode. 1 minute between questions, that's about it. And then it didn't even let me type in chat. Like right now I can just say whatever I want in chat, but it didn't even let me, it didn't let anyone type in. I guess it only let you guys type 1 question every minute, and I couldn't type in chat. Okay, designated spot for questions that don't get lost. Okay, yeah, that's... I can see how that's kind of useful, but then you're shutting out a lot of the chat and the chat interaction and reactions, which I don't really like about that. Because, like, when that Q&A went up, it took the chat away, and I'm not sure if you guys were able to still chat. So one of the things I like about when I'm talking is you guys can give feedback instantly and I can see it. Whereas during the Q&A, I can't get back to chat until I complete the list or close the Q&A out. Oh, chat was still okay, it was still there for you, but I didn't get the feedback. So all I saw were the questions. It took the chat away from me. So that's interesting. Good to know. Honestly, I don't think Q&As like that is really necessary. We do a decent amount of Q&A on streams without any issues, so yeah. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be using that then. Okay, so going back to Jason's question though, who's the most overrated tech tuber? So I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't think I can fairly answer this question, because I can't think of one on the top of my list based on the content creators I watch regularly, right? Because it's not fair to critique someone if you don't watch them regularly. But I would say, okay, what if I said, I'm going to say Austin Evans. He's pretty far removed from the PC space. I know he makes like random appearances and cameos and collabs with like Jay and stuff. But Austin Evans... I've never really gravitated towards his content. I know he's very popular in the tech scene. He does a lot of random weird tech as well as cell phones and stuff like that. But I guess for me, I never enjoyed his content, so I don't hold him in as high regard as I know a lot of other people do. So, Dr. Coonan says, who is Austin Evans? Dr. Icebreaker says, yeah, for sure. So true. Who is Austin anyways? You guys are trolling me, right? If you guys have watched any Linus Tech Tips videos, any Bitwit, any Jay's 2 Cents, Marquez, they have all collaborated with Austin. So he is a very big tech tuber. Austin Evans is now a game show host. Are you saying that that's what his content has become, or is he actually a game show host for like a Netflix special or like a YouTube series or something like that? What's the context of this? Let's see. What else did anyone says? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know it's for Q&A sessions, tech talks, but I think we can do without using that Q&A feature. Jason says, dude, I was watching a video from 5 years ago where he was fighting Mr. Who's the Boss for 5 mil subs, and now Austin's at 5.5 mil and Mr. Who's the Boss at like 11 mil. Wait, seriously? I don't notice like content creators that either plateau or have trouble growing and stuff, but if that's the case, then I was not aware of that. He slowed down hugely. Okay, interesting. But I mean, there was a time where he was growing at a crazy quick pace. All right, here's the thing, guys. Some real talk. With YouTube, it is really hard unless you're freaking Mr. Beast and you throw literally millions of dollars at every video. But it is hard to consistently grow on YouTube, and every single channel that I have ever seen usually have like explosions in growth or different surges, but no one is able to maintain that growth in the long term. My channel is also like that. Like, I've had seasons where I've had major growth, but more recently I've had plateau stages, and that's a very regular thing. So seeing bigger channels, and I think Paul was talking about that, Paul's Hardware. I just use Paul's first name like I knew him. Paul's Hardware also went through something like that recently, where he also plateaued and even saw negative growth in the span of a given month. So just something to keep in mind. Like, I know not everyone's a YouTuber, but for me doing YouTube, this is something I've seen, like, you know, for the last 6 years of me doing it. So yeah. Who's Jimmy? Did I just say Jimmy or Mr. Beast? I'm pretty sure I did not just call Mr. Beast Jimmy. I hope I didn't. Okay, I said Mr. Beast. Good. Okay. Paul's Hardware, I can take or leave. He knows his poop. Oh, you don't like drinking on camera? Okay, so you probably don't like craft computing. Who else drinks on... Does anyone else drink on camera? But yeah. The only thing I drink on camera is water, sometimes Gatorade, sometimes orange juice, sometimes other juices. Yeah, that's right. Subs mean nothing. It's all about revenue. It's all about viewership, revenue, and stuff like that. So subs just, they kind of help with that, but they could be a double-edged blade, because if you have a lot of people sub to channels because they like the initial content, but then they end up getting sick of it. I do this too. And then they end up either unsubbing or not watching the content, which also hurts the channel. So okay, so you're not a fan of craft computing either, Dr. Coonan. Depends on what he's covering. Yeah, he does a lot of server stuff, which is not what I'm interested in at all, so I don't watch him. But craft computing is just one state away from me down in Oregon, so yeah. He does some budget fun stuff from time to time too. Yeah, Epic Mealtime, that was a channel that kind of fell off crazily, right? So meteoric rises and falls, if we're gonna talk about channels. But yeah. Gnomed says, or no, the Cruiser says, Gnomed, when did you drop the subs? Gnome dropped the subs like over a half hour ago. There were so many subs that all 3 of them are still on the notification up top. The little running timer thing. Let me turn back the Spitfire alerts. They're still going. Gnome's gifted subs are still going right now. Oh my goodness. Gnomed. Oh my. Okay. This upcoming list is... Oh my... These names aren't even from the next 50 that were just donated to. I definitely need to get more emojis made. Because now we've probably passed the membership threshold to get the next set made. Gnome, you're killing the chat, Gnome. Okay, I'm trying to read. Wait, what did Jan say? Something like me to do to Danny at the next LAN, let him know? No, do not let him know. Yeah, no, Gnomes, it probably won't run for the week, but Gnome, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Citrus, Gnome just gave the 4th 50 sub, which is kind of ridiculous. Gnome has donated 200 nerd, I think nerd on a big budget, right? Or is it nerd on a budget? I can't tell until later on, but I came into the stream with about 200 gifted memberships active, and Gnome just donated 200 more by himself, and we got some other donations throughout the stream too. Okay, it is nerd on a budget. Okay, so that's a $3 tier, which is still crazy. Yeah, YouTube, I forget what the YouTube cut is, but YouTube does take a cut. So, I mean, I still appreciate it though. YouTube takes a cut because they are giving me the platform to even do this. And they do have little features, like, you know, the way that it's highlighting stuff. So it is built to the infrastructure, and I do still appreciate it. Like, I'm not going to complain about YouTube cuts, especially when Twitch cuts are way worse. So, alright, I'm going to stop the Spitfire. Y'all have pushed me to 2 hours and 47 minutes. I don't think I've ever done a 3-hour stream, or if I have, it wasn't one of these streams that we've done the last year. But I was supposed to go eat dinner like 15 to 20 minutes ago, so Gnome, I appreciate it. Yeah, I can end the things, but I would have to go through and do that and mute the alerts. But by this point, it's too late. It's already been done. So, all right. Gnome, do you have the? I do. Gnome, I did make a Discord server, like a mock one, but then the idea of it becoming toxic and stuff like that just made me kind of give up on it. I'm gonna seriously consider Discord. I'll probably have to ask people who I know who have Discord servers questions and stuff to get it set up. But my thing about it is just don't expect something like spectacular out of it. Again, I want to make the server to serve the stream. I don't want to make it to be one of these glamorous Discord servers that you see all these other tech tubers have. There's like everyone has a Discord server nowadays. And for the most part, when I go through them, I find that they're not the most active, or it's like the same 3 people having a conversation with themselves instead of like a whole big community. So yeah, I'm looking into it. Don't worry about it. just a small verified server so we can share the links. Yeah, so the thing is though, I don't know if I want to put it behind a paywall, because you can link it so that only people with a YouTube membership can be in the Discord server. While I see the benefits of that, so that at least not everyone can go in and troll, it's still only a $1 paywall, and I don't know if I want to limit it to people who pay. So well, I'll figure that out. But yeah, like there are people in this chat who have not like bought membership that are still normal members of the community, and I don't want them to be cut out from the Discord because they haven't had a membership. And I know it's just $1 and stuff like that. Still, like, I just don't want to put that like imposed in there. So we'll see. It would stop bots and stuff. Hopefully, someone who really hates me could donate money to like flood the server as well. So I mean, it's only $1 again. But yeah. All right. Very successful stream. You guys somehow managed to get me to go 2 hours and 50 minutes, and it felt like it was quick. That was just like, it did not feel like 3 hours. So I want to thank you all as always for being here at the streams. If you didn't get anything for Black Friday, hopefully there's still a chance to get some good deals coming up through the Christmas season. We will be, you know, we still have 4 more weeks of streams just to go through deal hunting and things like that. So that should be fun. I'm trying to get this video out for this week. This Optiplex, I'm benchmarking it right now, and I'm having problems setting up MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner, so it's delaying me. Otherwise, I would be done benchmarking right now. But look forward to this video this weekend. But other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your night or day. Have a great rest of the week and weekend coming up. And yeah, I'll see you in the comments of the video when this drops, as well as next week's stream, as always. So take care, everyone. Bye bye. Thanks again, Gnomed, for all those gifted subs, as well as Mike, who also donated.